Welcome back, everybody. It's Lostboys Cypher Circle, Lostboys Cypher Circle, the show where we come on with some artists. They share their art. We have some real talk, some laughs, some jokes, and just basically our weekly therapy session, our weekly talent show. It's home of all things artistic, raps, stories, poems. You got just a conversation you want to have. Come on here and just hang out and have a conversation. This is the place to do it, man. Thoughts, feelings, free of judgment, free of anything. Just a cool place to hang out. If you want to come on the show, you can hit me up on Facebook at Dylan Lawler or lostboy420x@gmail.com. That's Dylan Lawler or lostboy420x@gmail.com. And make sure y'all go follow us on Facebook. We do have an Instagram. We're working on getting that started. But Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, Amazon, Apple Music, Audible, iTunes, Pandora, Samsung, and anywhere else you get your podcast. Make sure to go follow us and keep up to date with everything we're doing. We got, I'm going to be putting out personal pieces of my own, recording them and releasing them. Something I haven't done for a little bit, but I'm going to get back into it. We also got a, thank you, Brendan. You can pop that back up. We also got a kind of this show's sister show, Lostboys Deep Cuts. It's a show where I bring people on one-on-one and we kind of just get to go deeper and talk about more because we have more time one-on-one to talk to each other. It's a lot of fun. Got about, I think, 2 or 3 people lined up to do deep cuts right now. We're just trying to figure out scheduling. So keep a lookout for those. They're a lot of fun. And like I said, go subscribe and follow to keep up to date on those. Also, come springtime, we will be doing, no, not that. It's all right. Come springtime, which my bad, because we haven't made a tag for it yet. But currently I have a broken foot and there is still snow on the ground. But once those 2 things clear up, me and my producer Brandon will be doing outdoor vlogs, fishing, hiking, camping, that kind of thing. A lot of fun. GoPros, drones, maybe. Going to be a lot of cool footage. You're going to want to check it out. So make sure y'all go follow the channels to keep up to date with that as well. And if you want to donate to us, you can donate to us on Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal at LostBoy420X. Don't forget the X, like X-Men, LostBoy420X. And if you want to say anything to us, ask us anything, get involved in the conversation during the show, comment section is open. Drop it down. That being said, before I get into the show, I usually, because we talk about a lot of mental health related topics and a lot of triggering topics on the show, I try to give a trigger warning, a quick trigger warning. Anyone who needs to stop watching or stop participating is free to do so, and nobody will fault you for it or judge you in any way. We understand things can be triggering from time to time, and you never know what's going to set you off. So we hope nothing does set you off too badly and we can have a good night. Kind of piggybacking off of that, also because we talk about mental health, I try to give some resources. First of all, I like to say there are people in your own life that can help you, friends, family, colleagues, whatever. There are people who understand what you're going through, even if you don't think they do. So reach out to somebody. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to a lot of the people on this show. They're a lot of great people. And like I said, don't stay in the dark. Don't lock yourself up. Reach out to people. There's also some professional things you can professional resources you can reach out to, such as 988-LifelineCrisis.com. You can text them or go to their website, LifelineCrisis.com, and they have trained professionals on hand to help you and give you some guidance. There's also BetterHelp.com. What they do is they hook you up with an online therapist in like 48 hours, and if you don't like the therapist, they'll switch it out until you find somebody you're comfortable with. And they're like one of the most affordable things for therapy out there. So I hope some people find some help, and I hope y'all have a good night tonight. So that being said, let's get on with the show and get to our first artist of the night. Sorry, that was a lot of talking. Joel W. Atterbury. I think it was either last week or the week before. I played a flyer and a clip of his. Now we actually finally got him on live. He's at work right now on a break. So man, he's coming in with the dedication on this one. So I got to give him props. He's a poet. You can subscribe to him on YouTube at JW Atterbury. That's ATTERBURW or BURY. Sorry. Or check out his website, jwatterbury.com. And I'm going to play his flyer and get him up here. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, man? All right.
Not much. Thanks for being on here tonight.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I want to support, man, and jump in
You're out
here.
here in your hospital scrubs and shit. I
Hey,
appreciate
man,
you,
that's what
man.
it is, man. Man behind the hands, man.
You serving the community, you serving the poet community and the medical community all at
Healthcare,
once. Hell
no
yeah.
doubt.
Hell yeah. Well, thanks for coming on
Word.
live again. Or I mean live for the first time, but coming on again, I guess, for the second time because you you sort of came on last time, but it was digital, you know? It was like an AI. It was like an AI
Yeah,
version of
no
you.
doubt.
But yeah, man, I
True
appreciate you coming
facts.
on. But anything I said to you, I didn't say that you want to say or elaborate on, or just tell us a little bit about yourself. You go ahead.
Yeah, I'm originally from Harlem, New York. You know what I'm saying? Now living down here at the shore in Cape May, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing healthcare for like 24 years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm an author, poet. I've written and published 30 books in 6.5 years. So I'm just still aiming to do things, man. I do podcasts, King
Yeah.
Atterbury Inc. on Blog Talk Radio. I did a poetry show many years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just active out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Just making it do what do. I'm
Oh
also a spiritual
yeah.
counselor, also.
Blog Talk Radio. I remember that. Yeah. That's I believe was that the one that I called into that one time, or was that
No, that was
Epiphany?
that was different. Almost
That was
that was Epiphany.
yeah.
I'm part of the Epiphany family, also.
Oh,
King and Queen's
Yeah.
Quarters.
Because I remember
Mhm.
that's it where
So I
you and me
do.
originally hooked up is when I called into that one. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
no
yeah,
doubt.
make sure y'all go
No,
check them out
no doubt.
with Epiphany Radio and Blog Talk Radio, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, definitely in the building,
Hell,
man.
hell yeah, man. Well, I know you don't got much time, so what's the first piece you're gonna be doing for us tonight?
Yeah, I had to change it up a little bit. So this first piece is titled "Prayers for Us."
Praise for us. All right, man. I'm gonna
Yeah,
draw myself
prayers
out of
for
here and
us.
let you get to it.
All right, no doubt. Thank you. So this piece goes like this: Part two, to the court of the Lord, give me praises. I'm gracious. White candle burning as if I'm turning Bible pages. Arrangements I stay with, never one to play with. Some thought I wouldn't make it against the underdog. I'm your favorite. Supported by the angels, blessed with faith, hope, and love. Waking up at 3 p.m. because Spirit gives me a nudge. All created by the Most High between realms of existence. That's why enlightenment of my sentences give others remembrance. Holding Psalms and Proverbs together, forming them as a ledger. Therefore, ties won't be severed, keeping it all together. Embracing the times with their memories when the third eye was closed. Too bad I had to travel roads to reach and grab my own goals. Spread love and protect those in need of my assistance. Thankful to give a witness my feelings without grimace. Gotta be there and here, also forgive those who wronged us. In life, we go through changes, somehow becoming monsters. Some of us return back to being righteous with those like us, being a strong driver of the word, making us riders. True seekers and believers, holy anointed readers, splashing demonic entities with God power that keeps us. And that's that peace.
Oof, god damn, man. Yo, so first of all, the rhyme scheme, fucking, I love that shit. It some people think that you got to be like you got to cram a lot of words, you got to do it at a certain pace or whatever, but that steady cadence with that like elaborate rhyme scheme. It really worked, especially for your style. So first off, man, I dig the rhyme scheme, and the other thing I dig about it is that it's like it kind of speaks to me as like on the condition of an artist, being of what it means to be an artist, not only to be an artist though, but also to be a human. And I think you captured that very well, and kind of captured the essence of like what it's like to transcend, become a not maybe not necessarily higher, but a better version of yourself or a higher being, through art, and transcending through your art. And I definitely got that vision through that, especially when you were talking about the opening of the third eye and whatnot. Yeah, I like that piece a lot. I like that piece. When did you
Thank
write
you,
that? Tell
brother.
us a
I
little bit about
appreciate
it.
that. I wrote that maybe last month.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
Could have been last month. I
Yes.
write every day, so it's hard to keep up. You know what I mean? Of when
Yeah, I
origination
feel
is.
you.
But I'm always out here in the world, man. I look at myself as a navigator and a narrator to what I see in society. You know what I mean?
I like
The
that.
world is in trouble. So we all have to join forces and one and beat out the odds. You know what I'm saying?
Poetic
Make
GPS.
yeah, make Satan go back in his cave.
Narrator and a navigator. Shit,
Yeah,
man.
true indeed. Word.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you sharing with us, and I appreciate you, like I said, being here and like serving the medical community, and also not just like being here serving the poetry community, but like with your art and the things you talk about in your poetry. Definitely serving, um, not just the poetry community, but the mental health community, and just the human community in general. I really like that, and I really like your message, man. I'm gonna bring these other artists up real quick to see what they thought about your piece before we get to your second one.
Okay.
Um, what y'all think?
Yo, that was
Very
awesome. Actually, that was awesome.
yeah. Literally, as Dylan say, in the medical community, literally healing the mind, because uh, I am not a religious person, but how you open with the Bible, that actually will resonate with not it to a lot of people who will actually look to the Bible or any of these books for healing. So that was
Yeah,
awesome.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, poetry in a lot of ways does the same thing. It's
Mhm.
it's just words written down, and they're meant to inspire and bring a certain message. And yeah, I mean, I'm not very religious at all either. But if I had a religion, it would definitely be art. Art's my religion. So
Mhm.
I definitely feel you on that one for sure, for sure.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah, my favorite
yeah,
part
man.
was about the killing the demons. I like that
Mm.
one.
Yeah. I loved how you wove in a lot of a lot of biblical shit, and a lot of uh dark kind of fantasy elements into it. I do that a lot too. It often seems like I can't go one song without talking about like monsters or demons or some kind of I'm very comfortable with those metaphors, and I really I like to play with those metaphors a lot. So yeah, that definitely stood out to me too. The demons and whatnot.
Yeah, salute, brothers. Thank you on that.
Hell yeah. All right, man. We'll get you up for the second piece. What's the second piece gonna be?
The second piece is called "I'm Only Rented."
What's that? I'm only renting.
I'm only rented.
Rented. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah. All right. This piece is titled "I'm Only Rented." You and I are not exclusive. That's why our lies are spoken. You wanted a handyman that you thought would understand. See, the words that you lined across paper were a disguise. My third eye was never closed, only resting and steady napping. Although the question you asked, I answered on the strength. Something about silent behavior gave me a notion about what's hidden. The unwritten edition, absent description, false narrative. It's a story, really a story, nonfiction within its diction. Just listen carefully when I level up, and then you'll know what's up. I'm the dial tone when I hang up. The line, please check your messages. Method of communication, mass wonder of realness. I ain't never stick my head underneath ground and peek up. Legend of the Seeker, I'm with believers of the truth. End of the day, jokes on you, I'm the scoop and the facts. Whispering to others under umbrellas of hurt, call on God counseling if you're singing a woman's worth. And that's that piece.
Shit, man. I like that. I like that. And the first thing I noticed that right at the beginning, that third eye's back. That third eye, you always, I like that metaphor, and I can see that that's
Thank
like
you,
a
brother.
very, very powerful metaphor for you. And yeah, no, I think at one point I think I had a piece that would. I think it was titled. It had something to do with the third eye. I'm drawing a blank right now, honestly. But yeah, no, I've always liked that metaphor, and I've always thought that humans can experience things on a higher level and a different level, and that there's more than five senses. And I like how you illustrate that in your work. Um, that's dope. That's dope. And again, the rhyme scheme
Yeah,
and with
I'm
that,
also a
just
meditator also, you know.
oh, nice, nice. There you go. Like Uno said, mentally healing. You got. I mean, I feel like, and with you doing what you do, you take care of people, and I feel like, in order to take care of people, you got to take care of yourself. And it's the same thing with trying to heal
Facts.
people through poetry. You gotta try to have a healthy mind in order to. I mean, for me, poetry is like a therapy, but it's also a way to help people out who are going through similar things, you know. But if I don't try
Agreed.
to work on myself, I can't help other people work on themselves. And so yeah, I like how you keep a steady balance of, you know, healthy mind and healthy body and helping other people mentally and physically too.
Thank you,
Props,
brother. I
man.
appreciate that. No doubt. Word.
Oh yeah, man. I'm bringing these other guys up real quick again to see what they thought. What up,
And I
y'all?
wish my doctor had this third eye open.
Yeah.
What? Uh, that third eye, it reminds me one of my older pieces that a line that where I said, through the lines, soon my third eye goes blind. But can't remember which poem I have that in, but I know I have it. And then even the title of the poem was close to something I did with the mental health group called Life for Rent. Because as your own showed, our lives are not even our own. And that really did, because seeing you in the medical field, you know that so much people depend on you and the pressure. So kudos, thank you for doing that. Although from a different part of the world, as they we have to always say thank you to all medical professionals.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, props for
I
sure.
just got like like a poetic idea. Like we are just vessels. Like we're renting these physical vessels. You
Yeah.
know.
Um, I we yeah we, I mean life kind of is just rented. I like that too, and also I always kind of say that, like, we're kind of like conduits, and we kind of like, as artists. I mean, we're kind of just channeling some. We're channeling the energy of the universe through our own experiences and what we see and what we hear and feel and whatnot. Um, and then we just channel those experiences and that energy, and we channel it through our art and put it back out into the universe through our art. So we're basically kind of
No
like just
doubt.
little. We're like batteries, you charge us up, and then like the Energizer Bunny. But yeah, I like that. Yeah, man.
Appreciate
Thanks
that.
for coming on. I appreciate you. I know you got to get back to work, but it's been great
Yeah,
having you
no
on, and we can't
doubt.
wait to have you back on again, man.
No doubt. It's gonna come. You know what I mean? I'll still be tuning in, you know what I'm saying, while I'm working. Yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, you guys fresh poetry. So support though. You know what I mean? But I
hell
salute
yeah,
you all though. Thanks for having me. Word.
hell yeah, man.
Hey, man.
Great having you. Peace out. All right, y'all. So tonight is kind of our first like international show. We've had Ono on here before. And as you can see, we have another guest of another nationality. He's from Lithuania. Um, First, I'm gonna bring up Ono. He's been on here a bunch of times before. So y'all know him, but if you don't, he is a poet and a school teacher from Trinidad. He's part of a group initiative called Bond by Words. Their mission is to bring awareness to mental health through writing and poetry. You can follow him on Instagram at the Ono. That's THAONO1. Follow him on or subscribe to him on YouTube at the Ono X, spelled the same way. Follow him on Facebook at the Ono, and you can find his books on Amazon, Midnights, and Now That's What I Call Poetry. So go check those books out. They're on Amazon, and I'll play his flyer and get him up here. I love his flyer. It's like a self promotion for my show without me even having to do anything.
Circles. In an empire of creativity where hearts are free, there is a show that breaks barriers. Lostboys, Cypher Circle, you see. Hosted by a fearless soul, Dylan Lawler, his spirit unshaken, an artist embracing others, a red gem who is so unspoken. Each passing episode, a sanctuary unfolds, a sacred space where stories are told. Dylan, an orchestrator of unity, his purpose clear, to provide a haven unadulterated where art conquers fear. Lost Boys Cypher Circle, a stage unlike the rest, where artists intertwine with a flow untainted and blessed. No fragrance of deceit, no venomous lace. Only genuine artists embracing their unique place. Dylan, the guardian of untamed artistry, empowering others to unleash their creativity through spoken word, rap, art, rhythmic verse. He ignites passion in souls, lifting them from every curse. The beats reverberate as hearts open wide. In this sanctuary, identities can no longer hide. From forgotten dreams to the unspoken pain, each artist finds solace, their truth and their reign. Blessings upon blessings freely shared with grace. Boom goes the Dylan might. The host, never judging, never misplaced. He stands tall, a beacon of strength when darkness looms, guiding lost souls, helping them find their own truths. Lost Boys Cypher Circle, where dreams are born, where souls unite, yet battles adorned. No space for boundaries, for limits or walls, only room for growth and inspiration for all. Dylan, the fearless artist, with vision so clear, creating a revolution, breaking through every fear. Lost Boys Cypher Circle, a testament of his might, a symphony of voices embracing boundless flight. Come on, join the circle. Let your story be told. Amidst the flowing verses, let your ambitions unfold. We are all lost boys, searching for our place. Through Dylan's guidance, we find our solace and our grace. Lost Boys Cypher Circle, an enchanting tale where artists congregate, give praise as their spirits never fail.
Hey, oh man, dude! Every time I play that, every time I hear it, That shit gets me. Thank you so much for making that. That is
Yes.
so great. That is so fucking good, man. It means so much to me. I
Well,
appreciate that, dude.
as I say, we always have to thank those who given us a place. So, you know,
Thanks, man. I will take all the flowers. I will take
yeah.
all the flowers. Thank
Uh,
you.
because again, as you say, you take any flowers because you can't get flowers when people die. They have to enjoy it now when they can smell it.
Yeah, yo, give him one of my favorite artists, Joyner Lucas. He made a song for Will Smith, and is he's
Oh
basically
yeah.
one of his idols, and I don't remember the exact line, but it was to the same effect of we never know when it's our time, so give them a rose while they still
Mhm.
alive.
Yes, I
Give
remember.
you never you can't roses on gravestones aren't for the dead; they're for the living. And
Mhm.
so yeah, I appreciate you giving me my flowers while I'm still here. So hell yeah,
Yes,
man. It's gonna
yes.
be Lost Boys on my gravestone though, for sure.
I'm still waiting on my T-shirt. Okay.
You,
You,
you know what? You know what? All right. I'm not announcing anything, but I will say that it is in like production. It is in pre-production. There's a website that I'm using, and I'm working on getting the design correct. That's all I'm going to say for now. Is there's a website that I'm using and I'm working on getting the design correct to put it on t-shirts, and there will be multiple designs. Not just this design, but if you want just the heart, you'll be able to get just the heart. You'll be able to get just the word Lost Boys. There'll be a couple different things. So yeah, stay tuned for that, but we're working on it. We're working on it.
oh yeah. Well, that's hot because um. So what is one of my few things now? So literally yesterday, I'm still apologizing to our principal for our school, right? Because during assembly, I literally got a shock of my life with this award behind me.
Hell
Because,
yeah! Congratulations, man.
yes, third in the world. Uh, because the poetry thing had, they say it's over 100,000 people. They had over 1,000 entries in that particular sequence.
Wow. Good
I
job, man.
And when I saw like little things they were when they were giving it clues, so I say, you know what? When I see different places in the world that took part, I'm the only one from Trinidad. I was like, yeah, I probably like if I'm not last to the bottom, only to see third fucking place.
Hell yeah, dude. Out of 100,000 people, that is fucking insane.
Mhm.
That props to you, man. Fucking
Yeah.
all the fucking props in the world to you. Literally in the world, it's fucking international, man. International Poetry
Mhm.
Award. That's props to you, man. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah, because it was they will be given like a picture prompt. You have to put your own spin to it.
Okay.
I must say, rule one, because after I rewrote my rules on technology as of 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I heard you got a bunch
Yeah,
of stuff hacked and
yeah,
whatnot. Yeah.
yeah. Stop store your stuff on the cloud, but make sure you have a hard drive backup.
Mm-hmm.
Years of my life gone from the cloud with a
Oh God. Oh God. I couldn't imagine that. You know
yeah,
what? I'm gonna
and
go and back everything up tonight. Just
yeah,
because you
because
said that, that gives me chills on my fucking skin, man.
yeah,
Oh, goosebumps.
and the even sadder thing was I literally earlier on, like soon after the last show, which was episode 23 when I was on, a couple weeks after I just went in a bad zone. I started working on my sister book to Midnight's called Karma. Midnight's Karma. I just read every poem, I just deleted it. But I had other work I wanted to really get on. and I lost it in the hack. So
Damn.
I know now to not only back up on the cloud.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta have physical copies, I guess. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
technology is not fucking certain. And
Yeah.
I would say the same thing. If y'all got a lot of fucking money in the bank, don't trust those. Don't trust. I'm not gonna get into a whole fucking don't trust the government speech right
Mm.
now, but you just make sure
Yeah, 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 yeah.
y'all got something
Oh,
hard cash to.
yeah, yeah. And it was that literally on a good few of my poems in the past shoes. No,
Damn,
but
well that really sucks, man. But you know what?
mhm,
Uh, you gotta build, and you gotta start a new foundation, and maybe this
mhm,
house, actually not maybe, I guarantee you that this house will be better and bigger than the last one that you
mhm.
built.
Yeah,
I
because
guarantee you.
yes, thank you. Because I don't know. I think I inadvertently stole one thing from you. Because it's only now, I don't know why I had X in my thing. This is why I did it as download X. Only to realize, wait, did I take it from Dylan?
No, see, here's the thing. I started doing that years ago because PlayStation Network, somebody had already named their account Lost Boy
Mm-hmm.
on my PlayStation account. So I named mine Lost Boy, or somebody had already done Lost Boy 420. So I did Lost Boy 420X. And the same thing with Gmail. Somebody had already done it, so I just added an X. And it's
Uh,
literally just because
no, no.
and also, but I also like the X. I chose the X rather than any other one that I could have put, I suppose, because it like one, I'm a huge X-Men fan, and I'm also like I'm a variable. You never know what you're gonna get with me. I,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the X factor. Um, but
Oh, no, actually, how I what came up a movie I hate but I love at the same time is the last Fast X movie. So
how many are what are we on now? Number fucking 13.
no,
Fast and the Furious.
well,
Fucking,
it is
you're gonna have to start buying walkers and
yeah, yeah,
canes
there was like
soon instead of
10.
cars.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 10, supposed to be the last, plus the one spin-off with Rock and Statham. But now I was reading next year they're coming out with a Fast 11
Oh,
because
that's where we're on 11 now. Oh, Jesus. What are they
yeah,
gonna? How many are they gonna
but
do?
but,
See,
but
I thought
the,
I
the
thought that
but
they.
yeah, but the even kicker of what I was reading in the article is it actually might go until 13 because they say the part 11 will be done in 3 parts, whatever that means.
Bro, I do a 3-hour show. Just sit down and fucking nowadays they okay. The Lord of the Rings, for example, right? For one
Mm-hmm.
of the first Lord of the Rings movie, second and third were all huge, massive 4-hour movies, and then they have and it's a good hefty book, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I mean, but then if you look at The Hobbit is this big. I read that shit in
Yeah,
fifth grade. It's this big, and they split it up into 3 fucking movies. It's all about money, 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 money
of
nowadays.
course.
It's just the
Well,
money.
as I say, let's worship the almighty dollar because I am looking at simple. I'm not calling any different companies, but why is it like right now? If anyone's listening and willing to donate a new laptop to me, I am gladly taking it because
I only got the one. I only got one to do the show with. So you're out of luck,
yes.
unfortunately.
Anybody listening wants to donate, give me one, give Dylan one.
Yeah. Hey, you want to? Hey, donate. We take laptop donations too. PayPal, Venmo, and fucking FedEx.
Technology.
UPS and FedEx, you can donate a laptop, a new camera. If someone wants to send
Oh
me a new
yeah,
attitude, my
yeah.
mom's been telling me I need one of those for years. Since I was like 4 years old.
Well,
Anyway,
I believe we all do. Huh. Yeah, because let me tell you a little bit about this piece because as of yesterday, I
Which
well,
one's the first one you're doing?
TTPD.
Okay, and that stands
Torture,
for.
yeah, yeah. The Torture Poets Department. And you know where I stole that one title from.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really
yeah,
cool.
yeah. No, but I said, you know where I stole it from, right?
Okay. It sounds. I don't, but to me, it sounds
The
like that
album
movie.
drops next week from, you know, who my favorite artist is.
Oh God, here more fucking Taylor Swift. We can't do
But
one episode.
yeah,
We can't do one
no,
episode without this
I did
man
not say the name. I just say I stole it
and
from.
his Taylor Swift fucking. You know what? We're banning Taylor Swift from the show. She is now just because of you. She's officially banned.
Oh my god!
We just
Yeah,
we
no,
just no
yeah.
no. We're just
Well,
kidding, Taylor.
no,
We love
because
you.
no, but here is the biggest joke, right? This piece, literally, when I, as I said, I started to just go through this very dark side phase since the last show, and the poetry that I started to write, I deleted.
Mhm.
So, in the last month, there's this magazine in India. I usually will submit a piece to, right? So I am actually doing the uncut version of the one I submitted because
Um,
these two poems tonight actually very personal because as we say, this show is about mental health. We may not want to even tell anyone, but sometimes you need to let it out. So
yeah,
these two poems tonight are literally poetic release.
nice. I like that poetic release. And
Yeah.
there is I had one of my favorite artists. She's only been on the show one time, but I'll shout her out. Her name is Noble Jules. She has a piece called um God, it's called Frustrational Release. It's a poem called Frustrational Release. And the way you said that and just it reminded me of that. So I first of all I just wanted to
Mhm.
give her a shout out. But yeah, I like any time that an artist is able to come out and release whatever it is they got going on inside through their poetry. And tonight we actually got a surprise guest after you guys go that does that better than anybody I've ever seen. So I props to
Yeah.
you for using it, like I said, using it as a therapy because that's what it is. It's a therapy.
Yeah.
It's a place to let your inner demons out and fight your inner demons. And yeah, man. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. And this one is like one of the way longer poems ever written.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm ready
Yeah.
for it.
So,
I'm gonna strap in my seatbelt here.
mhm.
Fucking click that. Click. Safety first. All right. Safety first. I got my condom on. Let's start it.
Ah, let's go. The Tortured Poets Department. Shadows of midnight, darkness reigns. In somber power, here lies a poet tortured and forlorn. Weary soul, battered and betrayed, tattered and worn. Depths of his mind, turbulence brews, a storm of anguish, aching grays, zero hues. His words, knives, sharp and cold, cutting deep, depressed story untold. The tortured poet, his spirit in chains, writing of sorrows, loss, and pains. Verses cry a silent scream, lost in a cruel, cruel world that feels like a nightmarish dream. He clicks, dances on parchment screen, dark as moonless nights. Keyboard flowing freely in the dead of midnight. He writes, his heart aches, each word a burden, each word a stake. The world turns, indifferent and cold. Tortured poets once told, story unfolds, each verse filled more and more with sorrow and woe, a reflection of the pain only he knows. His soul a captive of darkened despair, longing for solace, finding none. His art nothing. It is nothing more than an empty release, bringing him deeper into the wilderness, further from peace. Each click on this virtual page, a tortured poet feels wallowing rage, a thousand demons lurking near, whispering doubts into his ear. Your words are hollow. You have verses so weak. Your pain is nothing but fake, false, and bleak. Reflection of your tortured confinement mind. Your soul shall remain lost and unconfined. Still, he writes, his keys ablaze, each word a beacon in lavender haze, guiding him through the darkest midnight moments, a flickering flame, a glimmering light. His pain, the poet finds solace, his bleeding lines, fleeting moments of release, balm for his tormented peace. Writing, 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 his heart laid bare, every word a silent prayer. His art finding his voice, a tortured soul with no rejoice. The tortured poet's department, such a lonely place, pain and anguish interlace. Every verse, in every piece of his tortured soul, shattered mirror of becoming empty, never whole. Still, he writes, his tool in hand, tormented soul born in a distant land. His words soon finds his truth. A tortured poet's words frozen in time, tortured youth. As the world turns, his words burn bright, a beacon in the endless night. His heart may be torn asunder, his words echoes like thunder. As my verses rise and fall, a testament to this poet's call. My pain, my art, my tortured soul, a broken heart. My ink may one day dry. My spirit soar, my words fly high. In my suffering, I find my voice. In this tortured poet's department, eternal the choice. I shall tell my story with pride. This poet's journey, far and wide, through pain and anguish, I find my way. The tortured poet in me, come what may. As the world turns, my quill burns bright, a beacon in the darkest life's or tortured midnight, guiding my readers' souls with its flickering light. This tortured poet's words resounds in every echo, in every sound, through valleys deep and mountains high, as my verses become footnotes soaring across the skies, a symphony of my pain and grace, a haunting melody tolerated in time and space. my, my disciplined heart, a battlefield of sorrow, my verses painting glimpses of my bleak tomorrow. No, in darkness, dear reader, a spark ignites a glimmer of hope in every poet's flight. In agony, we find strength. Resilience knows no length. Every word a battle to be won, a testament we have done. We found each other in the tortured poet's department where it stands, a testament of our trembling hands. Every line, every piece, our soul, a shattered mirror, a endless hole. Our ink flows onto every type of page. Our story unfolds again and again and again. Our tapestry made with pain and despair, woven by hands with threads of utmost care. Our words become rivers flowing free, carrying whispers of our agonies. Each stanza, our cry, a silent plea, the world that our hearts long to see. May we, the 30 poets, find solace and find solitary figures lost in this world that grows much, much bigger as our voices finds a home, a sanctuary where we live forever, an endless room. Let your words, friends, ring out loud and clear. Make it a testament for all who have and who you hold dear. In every line, a piece of your heart, a total soul torn apart. As the world turns, let your story be heard. Let your poetic journey, all on your own, through anguish and torment, may we all find our way. 30 poets, come what may in silence of your poet's room. Allow your words to bloom like the flower, a testament to your inner strife. You, I, tortured poets living our life. Our life is lived.
God damn, bro. God motherfucking damn. You weren't lying when you said it's one of the longest you ever wrote, were you? That was a fucking 6-minute piece, ladies and gentlemen. And I was fucking locked in the whole time. Give me 1 second. You were the one speaking poetry, and I'm the one fucking. Anyway, first of all, man, right off, the first thing I liked was how it started off kind of in third person, speaking he, him speaking, and it reminded me of my piece. I don't know if you ever heard it, "To Be Better." I think I did it actually last week.
Yes,
I
I
did it
think
last week on the show. And it's from the third person perspective. But then halfway through it, you switched to your perspective. And but also what happened when you did that was, see, the piece started off, it was dark and gloomy, and it didn't have much hope, or it didn't have much light, and it was kind of you struggling to find a path, find a way, and then that was told from a third person perspective, like you're watching yourself, and then you switched it to your perspective, and now it's hopeful. You're finding hope, you're finding light, you're finding something to hold on to in the darkness, and now you're seeing it from your perspective, like you're seeing a light out of the tunnel, and you're not watching yourself struggling. And I loved how you illustrated that like that was just so great, man. That was awesome. That was just so awesome. That was a marvel to listen to. A marvel. We should use that word more often. Mark that down. We don't have a thing to mark things down, but mark it down.
Wait. Did you say Marvel? So Avengers Assemble?
No, I was just meant like yeah, a Marvel. You are the superhero of poetry, my friend. That no, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was fantastic to go on that journey with you and experience that, like, because that's a lot, and a lot of what I relate to the whole thing, because that's most of what my pieces are about. Is me struggling to find light in the darkness, and trying to find some hope, and usually the hope that I find is trying to bring help to other people, which is what you illustrated in your piece, and kind of what we've been talking about all night, just using our art to help other people, and I love that, man. That was great. That was so great. Thank you.
Yeah, because it wasn't until like the end I forgot I wrote the part about flowers, and look how we started the discussion.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, yeah, hell yeah. Got your flowers. Bring Jack up here and see what he thought about it. What you think, man?
I also think that was awesome. That was actually wicked sick, if I may say so. I really love the part where the artist in midnight, in the darkness of midnight, he's like writing something, and there's like flickers of light. I really imagine that, like, somewhere far away in the darkness, you see someone writing, and like the pen starts like blowing up because the art is like so powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, as I said, I was in a dark place with my sister book to Midnight's called Midnight's Karma. So this is where I really draw Midnight's. But in for the second poem, when I switch the background, I have to say something because I now realize something from what I did and where that idea was launched. So that second cool thing I have to talk about is coming up on my second round.
And actually, to piggyback off of what you just said, you also gave me an idea for something that I can show you guys in a little bit too. So, well, yeah.
Okay. Let me get this in there. About oh no, about your piece.
Mhm.
What if the light you saw, like the flickering light from someone writing? What if that light is the light at the end of the tunnel that someone else would see?
Mhm.
Ooh.
What
Uh,
if that?
it- and if you listen to the third part of the poem, right? It was I
Yeah,
actually trying to shine that light so the person to come out of that same tunnel.
Hell yeah,
yeah,
man. And it kind of like that like loops back on itself too, because like
Yeah,
you know what I
that
yeah,
mean?
was what
We're
I was
seeing
going
someone
for with
else's
that
light.
this
Well,
piece.
they're seeing yours, and where it's just it's a chain reaction. I like that,
Mhm.
man. That's fucking
we are going up a level today.
uh leveling up here, yo. All right,
Yeah.
man. Thank you for sharing that with us. I'll catch you again in a few.
Yes.
All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new guest tonight. He goes by the name Jaskarot or Jack, for short. He's an artist and an author. He like literally an artist, like he paints. Um, and he writes fantasy, I believe. He's from Lithuania. You can follow him on Instagram at Jaskarot. That's JASQUEROTTE. Or you can visit his website, um, buymeacoffee.com/Jaskarot, spelt the same way. I'm gonna play his flyer and get him up here. Oh, didn't have his flyer up. Hold on. Here we go. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I don't really know. I'm kind of tired.
Yeah, I feel here.
Yeah, yeah,
It is almost 5 a.m. where you are. That is called dedication, ladies and gentlemen. Learn it,
yeah,
study it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. This man
yeah.
is
This is my first time being on any kind of show, anything like talking publicly about my work. This is the first time that the news is getting out.
nice, nice. Well, I appreciate you being on here and us being the first people to get your shit out there for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely have you back on whenever
Hmm.
you're available. But yeah, man,
Okay. Okay.
like I said, I appreciate my mic just went all wonky. I appreciate the dedication being here at 4 a.m. Stay like almost 5 a.m. where you are. That's some crazy dedication, man. And I got to give it to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got,
No,
I
that I
mean,
saw. I saw your show. I thought it was awesome, and I noticed how much work you were putting in. That I couldn't let myself be worse. You know, I wouldn't
yeah.
forgive myself. Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thanks for taking notice. Yeah. I mean, I do my best. I put as much effort as I can into it, and just try to. It's kind of like my baby. I try to just nurture it and make it, but it wouldn't be anything. No matter how much effort I put into it, it wouldn't be anything without the guests that come on here and do their thing. So
Yeah.
that's why I
Yeah.
say every time I bring people up, I'm like, just thank you, because without you and you, like the Cat and Hat used to say, you and you and you and you, without all you guys, I wouldn't be able to do it. and it just makes it what it is. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay. About the story, where do I start? Do you have like a question that you want to start off with, or should I just like
Well, I
go off
mean,
the top of my head?
well, tell us. So it's fantasy, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's like set in the classic like Europe, like medieval ages, pre-medieval ages, but it has magic in it. So
Okay.
that's the basic idea.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of leave it up to you guys. Like it's as much as you want to share. If you want to share the premise of it, or
Yeah.
you just want to share, it's about magic or whatever. I know you were telling me a little bit about it when we first talked,
Mm.
but yeah, whatever you want to elaborate on.
Yeah. Okay. So I've been doing it. It's this one story, right? It is just one story, and I've been making the. I've started making it 5 years ago, I think, and I've just been adding to it. I rewrote it one time. I just deleted the whole thing because the main character was not going in the direction I wanted it to go. I traumatized the main character too much, and I just thought, nah, this is not how it's supposed to go. And now it's worth something. I made like I think 11 chapters now, and I think that every sentence so far is like golden. I'm
Nice,
trying to make it the best it can be, and
nice.
yeah, I can talk about how I got the idea for it.
Yeah, by all
Uh,
means.
yeah, yeah. So you know how there are not that many like firebenders, like pyromancers that are like memorable.
Yeah,
Of course, you would the first thought would be Avatar:
yeah.
The Last Airbender.
My first thoughts goes to
Yeah.
the Airbender, but yeah, there's a lot of other movies and TV shows and books with
Hmm.
pyromancers, but not yeah. Come to think of it, aside from Zuko and like his sister and
Yeah.
whatnot,
Yeah.
not many memorable firebenders that I can think of.
Yeah.
But
Like maybe
I'll tell
the
you.
Fantastic Four. Maybe
Oh yeah,
that.
Johnny Blaze, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's Ghost Rider. What am I talking about? Ghost Rider he kind of does his thing with fire too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Kind of.
but no, I before I forget, there is a story that I have kind of been trying to write since I was very young, and I've written multiple versions of it. And the main character of mine is also has fire related powers, and so yeah, I thought that was great when you told me that too. I was like, oh hell yeah, hell yeah. His name
Yeah. Yeah.
is Bolt, uh, and
Hmm.
he controls. He does his fire thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's,
So yeah,
but yeah, no,
I wanted to make create a world in which firebending makes sense and in which you could explain firebending. And there's also an ice bender and a psyche bender and a space bender, like he can teleport. So there's
okay,
like
cool.
these things. I want to make the book uh make
Scientifical
sense when that
sense.
happens.
So
Yeah,
right. It
yeah,
has to
yeah,
kind of scientifically make sense, but you know,
yeah,
I love when books do that, when it's, I mean, there's science fiction is a thing for a reason. But I
yeah,
love when fantasy books do that. Like sometimes they'll tie like a certain magical event to something that happened in the real world. Like, the Boston Massacre will be related to something, that happened with, like, say, vampires or whatever, you know what I mean? And they'll tie it to something in the real world. I really love when you're able to do that in your work, and sort of tie things in, and have them make sense. There's a series that I say listen to because I listen to it on Audible, but I also have a
mhm,
few of the physical books too. I read this books called The Demon Accords, and they're very magic heavy, but they're also very like science and math and technology,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
everything like sort of even though it's like these wild crazy things that are happening, everything sort of makes sense. um in one of the
Yeah,
series
yeah. Like, of course, the guy shoots fire from his arm. Yeah, that's how it goes. You know?
I heard it described this way one time in a book series, was that yeah, and the main character, he was a wizard, and he's playing Dungeons and Dragons, and he's getting annoyed with the fact that his fireball goes 20 feet down a hallway and then stops, because fire doesn't fucking work like that.
Yeah,
You use magic to conjure up fire, and you throw it down a hallway. It doesn't just go 20 feet and stop. Fire spreads. It's still fire. It acts like
yeah,
fire. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I like that kind of realism in not the Dungeons and
yeah,
Dragons
yeah,
logic. Like, oh, you rolled a 9, so it's only going 9 feet. It's
yeah, yeah. You gotta explain it, and there's for example, okay, I might uh read one scene where, or maybe no. Let's do that at the next time I come on. There's gonna be like Ono is gonna be coming again, and
yeah,
then
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
go.
We'll
Yeah.
do it for your second. We'll do it for your second piece. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay. So now I can read like a part of the first chapter.
all right, cool. And you say you have any paintings that you wanted to show us tonight, or no?
I do.
You
I do.
do? Okay,
I'll
cool.
do that at the second part also, because that's like the same thing.
All right, cool.
It's the paintings are from the second chapter,
All right, cool.
and they won't make sense if I show you now.
Right, gotcha. All right, I'll drop myself out of here and let you get to reading.
Okay. So, chapter one, a dead man. Jaska lays on his stomach, beaten and broken. Somehow his heart is still pumping fresh blood through his wounds. He lays in an opening of a greater pine forest, the midday sun bouncing off the mountains in the distance. An old man approaches Jaska. Hey guy, you just laying there, taking a little nap? Out of my sight. Whoa guy, I'm just asking. You've been here for quite a while, thought I might check on you. What a sick weirdo. If you want to finish me off, just do it. Your ambush worked. What more do you want? An ambush, huh? The old man sits down on the grass and notices lots of bruises, swells, and dried blood. Seems like you offended the wrong people, my guy. The old man adjusts his glasses and notices Jeske is in deep thoughts, as if he's been trying to comprehend what happened for the entire time he's been laying there. And then it goes, I'll skip a bit. Okay. Jessica gets woken up by the old man as if the conversation hadn't ended yesterday. So, you've decided to let me help you. What? How did you know? Well, look at you. You're all kinds of messed up, and I don't think your ankles are supposed to turn that way. And then he lets him help him. Artitason grows a wide, psychotic smile, which quickly fades as he listens to Jaska's conditions. Then he explains his conditions. He wants to be strong again because he's broken now. And the second condition is that Artisus then explains what his glasses do because he's got weird glasses. And then as Artithuson puts his fingers on the tiny contraption in his glasses, something clicks, the glasses lift up just a tiny bit, and green light starts pouring out of Artithuson's eyes in a straight line. It makes a it makes a strange, otherworldly humming noise that feels like something humans weren't meant to hear. Jessica could also hear the grass and dirt next to him start vaporizing. This goes on for a moment, and Atitason nervously starts fiddling with the contraption to close his glasses. It seems like he was too late though, as footsteps, obviously trained to be silent, dash away from the two men. Okay, that's it for now.
Cool, man. I I liked your description, and so for I guess I always kind of like to say the first thing that caught my attention was that you started the book off with your main character injured already. He's
Yeah,
already injured. He's laying on the ground. He's fucked up. He's not doing good. And that's a like that's a risky way to start a book, but I think that it like has a sorry. I fiddle with things. I think that it has like um
it
like
builds you
the
interest,
potential to be very
intrigue.
unique and draw people in, and that's what it did for me. It was like, oh wow, this is because not a lot of books start that way. You know it starts with this
Yeah,
long
yeah,
exposition and whatnot, and you got right into like, no, he's fucked up, he needs help. Like, um, it was a little hard to follow along just because you skipped around a little bit. Um,
yeah, yeah,
but I like your description. I like the imagery. I can definitely picture it. Like I get that like movie in my head. And I can see it very clearly. So I like that. And then like I said, I really like how you started it off with your character already fucked up. Yeah, and so I guess there's only, except for dying, there's only one way you can go from here, and that's up. So, you know,
yeah.
um,
The only way he can go from here is to let some sketchy wizard do experiments on him, and he's like thinking, man, am I really like my ankles aren't supposed to bend that way? Maybe I'll let
I
this
like
crazy
that part.
wizard
My
help
ankles
me.
aren't supposed to bend that way. Yeah, that I
Yeah,
like that part. That was good. That was good. I don't think I as someone who currently has a broken foot right now, I can sympathize with that.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think that it's supposed to look quite like that, honestly.
Would you let some crazy wizard with weird glasses help you?
Listen, right now, man, they'd probably do better than the orthopedist and get me back to work faster. So yeah, I'd give the wizard a shot. I'd give the wizard a shot.
Yeah,
What's the
yeah.
worst that's gonna happen? What's the worst that's gonna happen? He's gonna kill me. Well, I'm already half dead as it is. So
Okay, okay. And one last thing I want to get in there.
yeah.
Uh, in my book, you know how I talked about the world, how it's supposed to make sense, what's happening with the magical powers.
Right.
So it only for the viewers of this show, okay, I can explain in some kind of detail that it's the powers, they are manifested through physical movement. Like
Okay.
I move my arm like this, the fire goes around it,
I
and
like that.
the yeah, it's like it's supposed to be kind of like part of a dance.
Have you
Like the
ever?
more
Oh, sorry.
yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll ask after. Sorry.
uh, okay, okay. So it's almost like you're supposed to do like the technique is like a dance, and you dance correctly, and the magic follows along. And this guy, the wizard, he is hiding something because he is just like sitting on the ground. He just moved his finger up to lift the contraption, and all this light pours out of his eyes, burns the grass, destroys the dirt, and he's just like sitting, not even moving. And also another thing, what's so important is Jaski is all broken. He cannot move. He has like pain. Uh, he feels pain opening his mouth to talk.
Mhm.
So how he deals with that and how he becomes like a master pyromancer.
I like
That's
that. I
also
like
like
how you
something
start
to
him at
think
the
of.
bottom and then build him up.
Yeah,
Two things that it kind of reminds me of when you're talking about the dancing is, first of all, Avatar: The Last Airbender, the water, air,
yeah,
earth, and fire. They were all actually, all of their different fighting styles are all based off of Japanese. Their movements when they cast their fire or air or whatever are all based off of Japanese fighting techniques. Different Japanese fighting techniques.
Yeah.
I can't even speak tonight. And in the live action series that is out now, the actors actually have to study each one of these, and they have not only a martial artist but a choreographer, like a professional dancer, on hand to kind of walk them through these motions and what they're going to be doing, because they're very like it's a very integral part of the Last Airbender, that the other live action movie that we won't even fucking talk about, that came out 10 years ago. I don't even want to mention it. But
Yeah.
it didn't incorporate a lot of the, the customs of those people. And part of what was so big and what people loved so much about that is that it was built in those customs, and it was, their movements were based around these ancient techniques.
Yeah.
And the other thing it reminded me of is, have you ever seen Magicians? Or there's a book series too, but it's a show. I think it's on Netflix, or it is, at least in America. But there's this show called Magicians, and it's basically like a mixture of Hogwarts and Narnia, but for adults. Like, take Hogwarts and Narnia, age them up like 10 years, and give them drugs and alcohol. And that's basically, that's basically the Magicians. Yeah. So they go to this school, and it's going to go to this college. But when they learn their magic, it's very they have to do these very precise hand movements. I don't want to throw up any gang signs, so I'll stop doing that. But they have to do these very precise hand movements to cast the spells. And if they mess up, like, there's like, if they're doing, like, say, an explosion spell, they could accidentally backfire it at themselves if they get the hand movement wrong. And it's very,
Wow.
and the actors also had to go through like some kind of training and stuff like that. And it's I just loved the physical aspect of the metaphysical, how the metaphysical ties to the physical. And I love how you're doing that in your work as well. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's with the Avatar: The Last Airbender, they did they made a great choice, because the like Japanese fighting styles, they've been around for thousands of years, I think, and they have all this culture tied to them. And Avatar does something with them. It takes it and says like, what if you actually understood the all the culture, all the mystique, all the mystery about it, and what if you actually saw like that there is actual magic in it? We're just kind of ignorant to it,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. I like that. I'm gonna bring Uno up and see what he thought of it. What's up?
Well, listen to not only Convo, but the original discussion you all had. You know what it totally remind me of?
What?
Something, one thing that Dylan spoke about already tonight, the X-Men, because the character actually reminds me of Pyro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I am listening to it. I am seeing it literally. It's
And then the one that bends space could be, I was thinking Nightcrawler as soon as he said that. As soon as he said that, too. I've been watching the new X-Men 97 show that they got out. It's fucking highly recommended.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Okay.
Actually,
Because,
when I wrote that paragraph, I wrote it, I looked at it, and I said, "Wait, this reminds me of that one X-Man. He has glasses also. He lifts."
and the way you even started it, I don't know if you saw the Logan movie where he was all beaten and everything. When I that is what it reminded me of.
Mhm.
And when you start to talk about the dancing, it actually reminded me of a different character. If you saw Suicide Squad, El Diablo, and that is when he was controlling the fire with the dance and everything before he turned into the fire god. So I am saying it as X-Men meets the Last Airbender meets Harry Potter
Ooh.
because the guy with the glasses remind me of Dumbledore.
All right, well,
Yeah,
thank you for
yeah.
the interference.
But no, you could trust Dumbledore. You could not trust the guy in my book. You could not trust him.
Well, don't give away too much, but
Mhm.
yeah, that kind of reminds me of fuck, what was his name? There was this wizard at the beginning of the first Lord of the Rings movie that like he ended up working with Sauron and just fucking everybody up. And then him and Gandalf got into this like huge fight where they were throwing each other against the wall and shit like that. It kind of reminds me of like an old pretending to be kind of like Gandalf, this old wise wizard, but then in reality he's really like just a fucking sleazy bastard and he's trying to fuck you over and
Yeah. No, I'm going with like the very classical uh the classic stereotype of like a the sketchy wizard. Oh, look at this! I have like this sketchy like mushroom soup. Drink this. Yes, you
I
will
love
feel
that.
better.
I love the voice too. Oh, come with me. Oh, come with me.
Yeah,
I will give you this snake oil. It will help you.
yeah. And he has like the big old hat with the
The hat,
stars and the
yeah.
pointy hat.
That's great, man. That's great. Yo, I love that. Yo, oh, I can't wait to hear more. I'll catch you again in a few minutes. Um,
Yeah.
that being said, guys, we have I call him a surprise guest, but are any of you really surprised? Why do I have that up on screen? Let me take that down. I apologize. Um, y'all are probably not surprised, but we got my man Cage C up in the house again tonight. Are you ready, my man? Yeah, are you with it? You down with it?
Hey, bro, I got some shit coming in right now. I
You
just need
coming in
everybody to.
hot, boy.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
want to go
really need
follow
y'all
him?
to pay attention. I'm drunk as fuck, and I'm also high as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm
I
probably gonna mess this up.
Nah, nah, nah,
But
nah. We ain't got nothing but fucking confidence. You fucking come on here every time and you fucking kill this shit. Even first take, you make mistakes, just keep it. Just that fucking wise words were never spoken.
I'm running it.
Keep
Also,
the shit,
you're
just
you're
keep running it. If
100%.
you mess up, just fucking run with it. But if y'all want to go follow him, you can follow him on TikTok at KHC790. Go check him out. What you got for us tonight, bro?
Overstimulated. Now, this title means a lot if you pay attention. There's a lot of complexity in this, okay? But it really, it's, I don't know, it's kind of just everywhere. But if you pay attention, it loops together and it makes sense. And for the people that this song is important to know that I am schizophrenic, I have to say it every time. But this one importantly because there's just a lot to it. There's a lot to it, but it go hard. It go hard.
All right, man. Hell yeah. I mean, I've heard snippets of it and I'm fucking super impressed already. Do you need a minute to get them settled down?
Huh? Yeah, give me just like 1 sec.
You're good, man. You're good. Um, so after he does this, I got a little treat for you guys tonight. Um, it gave me an idea. We were kind of talking about like we're talking about demons and fighting demons and darkness and just the conversation me and Jack and Ono were having just reminded
Okay,
me of this
okay.
piece and reminded me that I have a piece of artwork that I'm going to be dropping soon with a recorded piece that comes behind it, and I'll do that
Shh,
piece
I'm
for
about
you
to
guys
perform, baby.
after he does his piece. So, that being said, I'm gonna drop myself out of here.
Go watch SpongeBob.
Go watch, go watch SpongeBob. All right, I'm gonna drop myself out of here, and I'm
All
gonna
right,
let you
all
get
right.
to it, man.
In this ocean I sit and I talk and commune with the nuts when they're running up chunks of words per mile per hour. I'm tethered on malice per pile per tower I crumble. It's like paper to pencil. I stencil the thoughts and get lost at the point. I erase the confusion. I'm using my music. I'm losing a battle, getting lost in the fog. I'm tripping on logs. I'm missing my shots. I'm cut by the thorns that grapple the ground when I fall. I'll just start ripping the flesh, a virtuous mess. I'll pick a weapon and start to confess. I tell these voices, RIP, just rest in peace, you've done enough, just leave me be. I don't want to see false halos hanging so precarious, it's dangerous. Golden circles broken half to make me see delirious, I'm serious. Step away from me, I'm not that fucking curious. But angels turn to demons when their halos turn to horns. When their wings go from white to black, you know they've fallen far, but angels turn to demons when their feathers are getting torn. They see me crawling my way to the shore, babbling nonsense. I'm battling constant. These demons I've born to become the hero of scorn. I'm born to become the throb that heart produces when the panic starts to roar. I'm on the top of this beach and I'll sit and I talk and commune with the nuts when they're running up chunks of words per mile per hour. I'm tethered on miles per pile per tower I crumble. I'm stuck in the loop per second, group thoughts projected per minute ejected. I'll rinse and repeat like I'm stuck in the loop per second, rope thoughts erected like I caught thought connecting, group thoughts printed per minute ejected. What I said is incomplete. I'm stuck in the loop per second. I pieced it together. My thoughts are connected. Stuck in my lasso, caught in my weapon. I teach every lesson to fist for each patron. I'm stuck in the loop per second. Erected, elected each minute. Projected per hour. Connected, devour, commitment, enhancing contentment. The only selection is that you are gifted per second, per minute, per hour committed. For every time that I loop, I feel the repentance. God, I'm a menace. Smite me with bolts. Light me on fire and watch me revolt. Leading my party, I'll roll in that 20 dexterity. Awesome, I'll be at this throat and take over the throne. You thought it was over? Snap at it like Thanos. Get stuck in the loop per second, per thought, perfected, per rope, ejected, per every connected connection you missed, per minute erected. Per tower I crumble, my prowess is humble, per year of commitment. So I'll tell these voices RIP, just rest in peace, you've done enough, just leave me be. I don't want to see false halos hanging so precarious, it's dangerous. Golden circles broken half to make me see delirious, I'm serious. Step away from me, I'm not that fucking curious, but angels turn to demons when their halos turn to horns.
God damn! Holy shit, bro. Yo, I'm sitting here like fucking, I'm sitting here like this because your words are like fucking holy to me, bro. You're sitting here, man, your fucking rhyme schemes and your metaphors, and that is, I can't even get my words out, man, because that is one of the best that I've even ever heard from you, bro. And that rhyme per second,
Dude, that shit was so hard drunk, bro.
Per second, per minute, per hour, projected a minute. Oh my god, dude.
Dude, that was so difficult to do.
My mind was just fucking. It was like a slow motion video where you watch like shit explode and then they reel it back and then it explodes again.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
Fucking goddamn, bro. And I say it every time. You don't sacrifice a bit of fucking passion or feeling for bars or for complexity. You don't sacrifice complexity for emotion or the other way around. It's all in there, and it just literally, you spill your soul into this piece, and where you go with your words fucking just baffles me sometimes, man. Like, and I've seen it. You've been on this show like fucking 20 times now, and every single time it baffles me, and every single time it gets better and better. Cheers. And yeah, man, like you just fucking kill it every time. You kill it every time, bro. Per second, per minute, per hour projected it. Second. Oh, dude, I'm gonna have that running through my fucking head all day. And then I also like the how you flipped it at the end, and like kind of repeated but in different words the beginning verse, and like with the other rhyme scheme. And I always love how in like you always have at least 2 to 3 rhyme schemes, and you're switching between them fucking flawlessly, and
That's the
it's
schizophrenia, bro. That's
and
the
then the
schizophrenia.
cadence, and not only the rhyme scheme, but the cadence changes, and your emotion and your volume, and then you go like, it is a true performance in every sense of the word. It is.
I appreciate you,
It
Dylan.
is
I
fantastic,
appreciate you.
bro. It's fantastic. I'm gonna
Thank
bring
you. Thank
these
you.
other guys up here and see what they thought about it.
Hey, wait,
I
before
am
you guys
honored
go,
to
I just
be
want
in
y'all to
this
know.
call.
Hold on. I just want y'all to know, y'all did amazingly. JW, you're not here. That was awesome. I enjoyed every single one of y'all's pieces. I wanted to get mine in because I wasn't able to there at the beginning. But y'all did amazing. I loved the story. I loved your poetic artwork. That was great. That was nice. You guys did a good job.
Yeah, thanks, man.
What? I'm going to go into my Wayne's World thing. I'm not ready. That's freaking hot.
Same here, dude. Same here, man.
I was about
I
to
am
say,
sitting in awe.
well, I have to say, I'm not sorry. It's I rather watch Kids See 790 SquarePants. I don't do SpongeBob.
Huh? Oh, dude, my kids be watching SpongeBob. Dude, I got Cage C is actually my first name initial. Cage. My mom nicknamed me Cagey Bear whenever I was a baby. So right, so Cage, K first initial, Cage C, and C is the initial of my last name.
All right,
Cage C.
okay. Yeah. So make sure y'all go follow him on TikTok though. CageC790. He's got videos up there of him just blowing your fucking mind. You better have your fucking pantyhose strapped on tight because they're gonna get fucking blown right off when you go to this man's TikTok channel. Fucking trust me.
No, don't hype it up that much. It's just a bunch of acapella. I don't have
Yo,
any music going on.
Also, you can go check out my YouTube channel to see past performances of his. Get your mind blown as well. G plug.
I must say, Billboard is missing one of the hottest acts ever. He needs to be on Billboard.
Yeah, fucking Billboard 100, fucking Grammy, fucking this man. I tell this man every
The
time he
Nobel
comes
Peace
on, bro,
Prize, everything.
he is as talented as some of the best artists that I listen to, like on my Spotify list. He is
No. Let's see, you're
Yeah.
doing too much. You're doing too much. Don't give me that much hype. I'll get my ego too high.
all right. I mean, whatever. But y'all go watch my YouTube channel and his TikTok and tell me for yourself, or see for yourself, see for yourself what you think of this man because he's a mind blower.
And I will second what Dylan said. Tonight piece was one of the hottest he ever did.
Oh yeah.
Do what?
Oh yeah. I was like, yo, do I have? I wanted a phone so I could type some fucking fire emojis in the comments or something. But can I get some fire emojis from somebody in the comments down there? Somebody fire emojis. That shit was fucking fire, bro. Pure fire. Gasoline. You fucking torched it.
Gasoline, matched to the flame, kerosene.
Torched it again. That shit's ridiculous.
This dude is the pyromancer.
Hey, I don't know if you're gonna have time for a second one today from me, Dylan. But if you do, I for sure have a second one that I can do.
All right, man. We'll see how things look at the end of the show.
All right, bet.
All right, where, man? All right, guys. Before we get around to our second round, it's a circle. See, it's a circle. We go around in a circle. All right. Enough of my dad jokes. Before we get to our second round, the whole conversation about fighting demons, and fighting our inner demons through our poetry reminded me that pretty soon I have created the artwork and am working on recording my piece Speaking to Demons. So I should probably get as much practice with that as I can anyway. So I'm gonna show you guys the artwork and give you guys Speaking to Demons, and stay tuned. subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'll be out on my YouTube channel within the next couple weeks. Hoping this week, but probably it'll be the next couple weeks. But anyway, here's the artwork. And the piece goes like this. Give me one moment. Listen up, Dylan. I'm talking to you. It's 3 a.m. and it's dark in our room. Go put on your coat and put on your shoes. Pull up your hood now. Let's walk in the moon. I don't know where we're going, but we'll get there real soon. You told me to sleep, but I'm just not in the mood. You're not in the mood? You got attitude? Well, I basically ruined my life because of you. Always stuck in the dark with no light because of you. So I'm trapped in no sight and I can't ever move because it feels like you're holding me down while I'm bleeding so you can just feed from my wounds. Me feeding on you? Nah, it's the opposite, dude. You're constantly feeding on demons and darkness to bring out the artist in you. Then you have the balls to blame all the trauma for bothering you? Be honest, you live for the drama. Why else would you let yourself argue with you? I live for the drama. Well, that might be true, but you're keeping us spinning and stuck in this loop. You let the hate drive the things that we do, and that's why we can't forget all the things we've been through. And while I've got your attention and we're spitting the truth, let me just mention that you're who's to blame for the drugs and the booze. Tell me again, I don't follow. I made you pick up the bottle? I made you tip it back, sip it, and swallow? Don't give me that shit, bitch. We all know you're addicted to shit, and since you were a kid, you've been trying to fill it because your soul is so empty and hollow. It's empty of all the ones you pushed away because you're keeping us because you keep us consumed by the anger and hate. And I'm so dazed and confused as of late because when we look at our girl, she just looks away, and our sister she'll barely ever speak to our face. So look in the mirror and see what you made. You made up our bed and we can't go to sleep. See what I made? We did this together. I'm part of you, so you're not any better. Don't you dare try to blame me for the fact that your life has been splitting apart. I did what it took to get us this far. I fueled the passion in all of the bars and showed all of them who we really are. Now you're trying to tell me I took it too far and the things that you think are just getting too dark? Well, answer me this. What are you going to do when the demons are gone? Because no one wants to see happy. They want all the scars. They want you to show them all the cracks in your heart. You're not Eminem and you're not fucking Tom. Can you really handle this shit when the pressure is on? When the pressure is on, it's all the time. That's how I know that I'm one of a kind, because it made me a diamond and I'm going to shine. And I don't want to be Marshall McDonald. I know all their rhymes. I can spit you a cover of some bars that aren't mine, but I need to uncover the stuff that's behind the mental imbalance I feel in my mind. It's why I picked up a pen at just 9, channeled those feelings and started to write. It's why all of my dreams are now finally in sight. So I guess I did need the darkness to get to the light. There you go, Dylan. You finally admit it. You channel me every time that you're spitting. Even the parts that you spit in the song. You know it's my voice that's been there all along. So tell them I'm the reason you're not sleeping at night. I can see that you blame me, so tell them I'm evil and ruined your life. You can look in the mirror and get sick at the sight, but you know that you need me to reach the new heights, and that's the reason your demons are winning the fight. So just deal with the fact that you're nothing without us, all right? And that's just a sneak peek of the things my demons all say when they're speaking to me. And as you can see, my demons and me, we don't always agree. They take all the credit for what I've achieved and make me feel helpless and weak at the knees. So sometimes it's hard to just stay on my feet while I'm fighting this darkness like an evil disease. But it'd be a lie if I said it's not just what I need to master my craft and succeed at my dreams. So till the day I can't breathe, go blind and can't read, or the ink in my pen will no longer bleed, I guess I'll just keep on speaking to these demons. And that's that piece. By the way, the demons part at the end, when I record it, I'm going to try to do like a low voiceover, like demons or something cool. But anyway, that's that piece. What do you think, guys?
I
That
think
was
I heard
awesome
you do
as
this
well.
one already, and
I've done that before, yeah.
better.
What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, I've never heard it before, but it was awesome. you talking to yourself, and they're like bickering. They're like an old married couple. They hate each other, but they need each other. They coexist, and they're just like having an argument.
Yo, basically, that's a trip inside my mind. That's exactly how that goes. Typically, when I'm writing or even just making any decision whether I'm gonna fucking have eggs or waffles for breakfast, like that's what's going on in here. Like, you fucking bitch, you better have eggs because you're fat and you need to get healthy. And then the other side's like, yeah, but waffles are really delicious and you can put whipped cream on them and shit. Blah, 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 blah.
Or
Yeah,
somebody like me, why not both?
Oh, you try. It's like Uno trying to pick between Taylor Swift and Dua Lipa.
No, make it Taylor Swift and Lana Del Rey.
All right. That's better. That's better. That's better.
Or Taylor Swift and Megan Thee Stallion, even way better.
Megan Thee
And
Stallion.
I
All right,
know
we
what
won't get
it is
into
for eye
that.
candy, and it ain't Taylor.
Oh
Dude,
man. Well, thank you guys.
Dylan, one of your sides, is trying to ban Taylor Swift, and the other the other half tries to get Taylor Swift on your show.
Yes. I can't decide.
Yeah.
Are we
No, ban her.
Swifties or are we
No, I need
not?
to.
What's going on?
No, as I say,
The next
it's just like
part
something.
part two,
Well,
part 2 is going to be called "Speaking of Swifties."
it's me. Hi, I'm a problem. It's me.
Speaking of Swifties.
No, but and to be the biggest joke, I don't know why. She is just like the inspiration for a lot of the things because I don't know. There has been some things I just thought about it, and then I just see Taylor Swift come out with something, and it was in my head.
It's the Matrix. It's the Matrix. It's the glitch in the Matrix. Your
Mhm.
thoughts are fucking programmed with Taylor
Mhm.
Swift. You guys are fucking synced up.
Yeah.
You have your poetic periods together.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, because as I say, going through what I went through to only hear when she announced what is the next thing called Tortured Poets. And I would literally was feeling like am being tortured.
Yeah, you know what? Just watch out for copyright infringements, and I think you're good.
Well, as you see, I just steal the titles. Never
Yeah.
work.
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna drop Jack out of here, and Uno will what's your second piece tonight?
Okay, it's words. But Dylan, I have to say, if you remember, I think it was the second show, I literally brought out this book that I did, which is the background of Midnight.
Yep. You introduced Midnight at midnight on my show. Yep.
And
I remember.
And here is the fun part of it. It was actually nominated for a book prize, which I lost in the Philippines. But right here in my own Trinidad and Tobago, thank you to our NALIS, which is our library. I am now inducted as one of the newest recognized writers of Trinidad and Tobago.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
So I officially got my prize on May the 2nd. So thank you, Alice, for actually giving me a place among Trinidad, because I always find it's hard to break out, because as you saw in the first background I had, I literally getting more recognition on the outside than I'm getting here. So I was getting a little despondent, but to see that I am getting recognized at least in one little place right here, I am so happy.
Yeah, I mean, and you got the national award too. So, I mean, you're getting recognized all over the place, man. Good for you. Props. Props.
Yeah.
So, anything you want to tell us about words before I drop myself out of here?
Okay. Well, this one, I literally just finished writing it like yesterday, and
Okay.
it's like
I love new shit.
Yeah. It's basically like a sneak peek of my real life right now, and then what actually got me back into um, writing for this month because, as we know, this is National Poetry Month. So I have to say, to, um, I I will even pronounce the name wrong. I think it's Conchita Pepper because when I stopped writing, I thought like I was just a flyby, like nobody will really miss me if I stop writing. She literally inboxed me to ask me if everything is okay. How come she isn't seeing me writing anymore?
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, listen, don't let that go. Don't let
Yeah.
that go. You got an amazing talent and you gotta hold on to that, man. Don't ever let that go. And if you ever
Yeah.
need anyone to talk to, man, my phone line is open. I'd say my door, but it's quite a ways from
Uh,
there
uh,
to so but
yeah,
my phone line is always open. And you can always
say,
hit me up,
uh,
man.
uh, if you there was this during COVID, I can't remember one of these country artists actually came out with an online show, and her tagline is "You cannot come over, but you could come on in."
Cool. Cool. I like that. All right, man. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw myself out of here and I'm gonna let you get to your thing.
Yes.
All right.
Words. Our world screams in a harsh silence. Words lay unsaid, walking amidst neighbors who fill me with dread, judged and scorned. Their opinions lie so strong, making me question where I truly belong. Amidst family that fiends care, but that disappears, leaving me alone in my darkest of fears. Weight of their absence, my burden to bear, leaving me longing solace for someone to care. In moments of anguish, I seek release, rest from sorrow, and fleeting peace. No one takes notice, no one calls. Lost in a void, feeling so small. Darkness fill my mind. Soon, a crack in the darkness brings a glimmer of light. A stranger kind words, shining so bright. Wisdom and grace, they offer me a place of peace, a beacon of hope in the midst of malice. Their words becoming a balm to my wounded soul, reminding me that I am not just lost or an empty scroll. This world is full of wrongs. Their words ring true. A reminder that I matter. My thoughts do too. Holding onto this lifeline, this moment of grace, embracing the kindness in this chaotic place, in words unsaid and judgments that sting. There is a stranger's wisdom that makes my heart sing. In the quiet of midnight, when shadows loom large, I find solace in memories that tug at my heart, moments long lost and dreams left behind. Long live the past, so familiar, yet so hard to find. Neighbor whispers and family's facade, they fade into echoes into the depths of that void. In a stranger's words, there's clarity, a reminder I am more than my own disparity. Through the valleys of doubt and the peaks of despair, I soon journey within circles of purpose no longer impaired. The stranger's wisdom becoming my guiding light, leading me through all these midnights. Circles bound, I am not lost. I embrace the truth in the words unsaid, finding strength in the kindness that all spreads. In this world full of wrongs and deceit, there are strangers with compassion that allows us to feel complete. I walk this path, uncertain yet free, embracing each moment with newfound glee. Our lives, a blank canvas, a made to be painted. It's in a stranger's words that we believe. We shall believe.
Fantastic, dude. I like it. I like it. And I like how I like first of all how it tied into the other piece. It was kind of it almost felt like a kind of continuation of the other piece in a lot of ways. A lot of the themes and sort of you just kind of on this journey to find your way out in this, in the darkness. And that's kind of what now that I think about it, that's what reminded me of my artwork here. Kind of just journeying to find your way out in the darkness, and just that kind of walk through the darkness. And it reminded me a lot of that. And actually, while you were kind of reading, I was kind of picturing like this kind of scenery almost. And just yeah, I really liked your imagery. And you also were talking. You talked a little bit about circles, and you talked a little bit about you talked a little bit of those who are all lost in the world. I caught the Lostboys and the circle references, so I appreciated.
No,
those.
because this was one of the things that actually made me want to write this piece. When you reached out to ask, do you want to do the show? This is why it's only unlike yesterday.
Hell yeah, man!
So you are one of these strangers who became the beacon of light.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm glad to be a beacon of light in the darkness. I have plenty of my own darkness. And like I was saying, I use other artists, whether they're people I meet on the show or just, musical artists that I listen to on Spotify or whatever. And I use them as a way to help myself through the darkness. So if I can do that for someone else, it means the world to me. And that's what it's all about. That's what I'm here for. And I really appreciate it. And I like, sorry, I didn't mention your background, by the way, your artwork that you have behind you. It's very similar and very reminiscent of this, to me. You have like the trees and the streetlights and just a long, and then you have it. Hold on, move your head this way for a second. Yeah, you've got the person walking. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's the cover of
it's literally the Midnight's cover.
Yeah. I really like that cover, man. I really like that. And it yeah, like I said, that's the kind of theme and like vibe I was going for when I made the Speaking of Demons cover.
Yeah.
So the way I make my covers, so I release my pieces on YouTube at kind of like they release like records. You buy a whole record and it's one record, but it's only one song on the whole thing. You know what I mean? But it's a whole album, a whole cover. You get artwork for it. I kind of try to bring like the vinyl kind of experience where I'm releasing it and then the artwork.
Yeah. You know what? That reminds me of a little bit. The Exorcist, the original photo work.
I'm not familiar, but I'm gonna have to go look it up.
Oh, yeah. Look at the original Exorcist movie. Yeah, it's something similar.
I know the movie. I'm not familiar with the
poster,
the poster or the image that you're talking about. I'm gonna have to go look at it. But yeah. No, I really like that scenery and that vibe, and it you definitely like. I pictured it. I pictured that in my mind as you were reading that poem. So it was very, very well done. And it fits the vibe of Midnight's very, very well. Even though it's not in the book, but it's what you're writing the second one. It could be in that one.
Yes, I probably as I say, I lost because how I was feeling. Maybe it happened for a reason. Maybe I was going around thinking about, instead of Midnight's Karma, do something different about Midnight's.
There you go, man. This one could be you could do the whole fucking Twilight. You could do Twilight, New Moon, and fucking
Oh wait. You just give me an idea. Maybe I should
do God. It's gonna be nothing but Taylor Swift and Twilight.
You start.
I started it. It's my fault. My fault.
No, I probably, as I said, I'll this one. Hopefully, I will be on your next show when I'm deciding to drop it, but it will take some time now for me to do it because
Yeah, man,
the
definitely. Let me know.
yeah
You're welcome on the show
yeah
anytime. Just let me
yeah
know.
because the original idea for the second book, because this first book, how it's numbered is literally like 24 poems, and it's not like poem 1 2, but it's actually from midnight going until well 2300 is military time for 11 o'clock at night. So that's how I did it. Like it's a 24-hour clock leading from midnight
Okay. All right. Cool.
before the next midnight start.
Cool. I
And
like
but
that.
the concept of the other book was I wanted 52 points to be representative of the 52 weeks of the year.
Hell yeah, dude. I like the um I I've never really got into like astrological symbols or the whatnot like
Mhm.
that, but I really like when other people incorporate it into their work and like um did you I was gonna ask you, I forgot to ask you, but you reminded me again with your midnight thing, and the artwork. Did you catch the solar eclipse? Did that happen
No,
in your part of the world?
no, it didn't.
It did not. Oh man, that's a shame. Well,
Yeah.
I one thing that I will say is it doesn't just get dark and it doesn't it gets dark and you get the cool visual with through the glasses and whatnot, but like there is a actual energy shift on the planet. Some people, some people like myself were
Mm-hmm.
out when they were outside reported that it was completely silent. Like I not a bird, not a fucking not nothing. Dead silence, like eerily silent. And I live in the middle of the woods. Like there's a mountain in my backyard. I you know what I mean? I live in a very woodsy area. Not a fucking peep. Now, my dad, who lives in upstate New York, also a very woodsy area, loud as shit. There were 20 birds just going nuts in the trees and coyotes howling at the same time and just animals going fucking crazy. And like and I felt it sitting there outside when it completely like when the moon completely passed over the sun. I felt the energy shift, and there's just something just crazy about what like the moon can do. Because I mean, if you think about it, the moon controls the oceans, which control our weather patterns,
Mm-hmm.
and the weather patterns often control our emotions. And so it's weird how the moon has so much like power over us, and like not power over us, but just the ability to affect us so much. And that's why I feel like, especially when it's a full moon or it's nighttime with a full moon, you know it's some of the greatest times for inspiration of writing. It's some of the best times to take a walk out night and just like clear your head. And it's there's something about the moon that just, I mean, we just resonate with it on a deep level as humans for some reason, and other animals too as well. But
Yeah,
I kind
because
of went on a rant there. My bad.
yeah, let me give you this is something like one of these Trinidadians saying, right? Because if you notice, like certain moon phases, I don't know if you would notice, like certain people will start like for full moon, they mood will change, they get like mood swing, they get angry, and they say a lot of the students really thinking about it, it is true. Like the different moon phases, when certain students act up and you look at the calendar, it is within a certain moon phase.
Mhm. Yeah,
They
no, I know a lot of people. I'm one of them. I'm one of them. My girlfriend, almost everyone in my house, kind of gets a little moody. I think it's also maybe
Mhm,
part of the part of the world I'm in, because it's not
mhm,
just me, but like a lot of my friends, a lot of the people I know. Everybody around here talks about like, oh, it's the full moon. Everybody, we're gonna be in uh, shitty mood or whatever. So maybe it's the part of the world I live in, or maybe it's just like a thing that happens to all of
Yeah,
us. But yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah, but when I initially heard it and everything, I came up with my own little concept, and that concept was maybe that is where, like, the myth of the werewolf.
I'm gonna bring Jack up just so he can like
Yeah,
participate in the conversation. Sorry.
yeah. I think that's where the myth of the werewolf actually came from. When people seeing the mood swings of other people, they don't know how to explain it.
They turn
So
into a beast. Yeah, they're
yeah.
metaphorically, but like that's very
Mhm,
that's I like I think there's a lot to that. I think there's a lot to that.
mhm,
But Jack, I wanted to get your take on his piece, and I'm sorry I didn't bring you up sooner.
Mm.
mhm,
No,
But
that's okay. Yeah, the piece I noticed like the contrast between a family and friends and strangers, because you said we trust a stranger's words,
mhm,
and something to think about, and how this time, instead of the art, the light of the at the end of the tunnel was good memories and like optimistic thinking.
mhm,
mm, yeah,
How you should keep holding on to that, because that's a
yeah.
good thing.
I like that, and I do like what you like what you said about trusting a stranger's words. Like, you know, it's it's kind of what makes shows like this so great is that like you show your piece to like your. If I show my piece to my friend Brandon over here, he's gonna tell me it's awesome every time, even if it fucking sucks.
mhm,
All right, because or my girlfriend or whatever, they're gonna tell me it's awesome because they're in some ways kind of obligated to because they're family. You know
mhm,
what I mean? But if you want a real opinion, you get it from a stranger.
mhm,
And I make really good connections, and it gets to the point where a lot of the people I bring on the show aren't strangers anymore. We're friends. We have. I mean, like you've been on the show almost as many times as almost anybody, honestly. And I build really good connections, but some of what's great about this show is that you kind of do get to see other people's perspectives. That's why I bring people up onto the screen because sometimes a stranger's perspective, someone you don't know all that well, aren't involved in your everyday life, they can give you a different perspective or make you see things in a way that you didn't see things before. Um, and if they tell you that it's good, then you know it's good because it's coming from a stranger. Yeah, I like that.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as I say, it comes like when I the piece I did, right? I didn't really show anyone. I just do it for that thing, which was clean. When because I know a lot of people, oh, it's very good and whatever, but I know them. But to see when they explained in a video I post, they actually tagged me in and put it on my page, how they actually went through the process and the type of people who actually said it was good. I was like, wow. Because
Right. Yeah, it's great to get that
Hmm.
feedback, man, and especially with
Mhm,
that with your award and everything, knowing and you gotta think like it wasn't just people like I don't know how that particular one is judged, whether it's judges or it's audience
mhm.
based or what, but
No.
you got to think that even when it's audience when it's a judge based show or something like that or a judge based competition, much like American Idol or something
Mhm,
like that, the audience's reactions oftentimes influence the judges, and
mhm,
you're so to be judged by your peers so massively like that, 100,000 people and
mhm,
you're third place, like that's fucking props to you, man. Fan fucking
mhm.
tastic.
Yeah, I must say, as I always say, I where in Trinidad, I don't ever really feel like I accomplish anything because people who do some of the weirdest thing and seeing them like making this news, that news, like, am I really worth it? But then seeing internationally, my name is going up. That is where I'm like, what? Okay,
Yeah, yeah, man.
I'm either doing something right or I'm just
You,
having a hell of a luck.
hey, man, you're no, you're doing something right. I think I got the hiccups. My bad. You're definitely doing something right, man. And keep doing what you're doing, and don't let fucking getting hacked and letting, losing shit. Don't let it get you down. Just fucking keep pushing, keep doing what you're doing, because what you do is fucking amazing, and we all fucking love it. Thank you so much for being here, man.
Thank you for having me because,
Yeah, man.
as Dylan said, this is the place for Lost Boys.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop you down and get Jack up here to read a little bit of his second chapter, and then I'll wrap us up with a piece, and we'll get out of here. So what do you got for us?
Okay,
Another
okay. This
part
is
of
gonna
chapter two,
be
right?
a
Or is it just gonna be further into the book?
it's gonna be parts of different chapters. It's gonna be a bit long, I think,
That's fine.
but it's definitely worth it. You know.
All right, man. Cool. I'll drop myself
Okay.
out here and let you get into it.
All right. So the sketchy wizard, Atitason, figures out that Jaska is like naturally born to be a pyromancer, and he says he'll bring him a tome of demonic origins. There we go again with the demons. And he comes out of his shack. That's right next to Jaska. That's hey, this is my favorite fire guy. And Jaska's thoughts get cut off when the old man returns with a big fat book and a bowl of blue soup. The book is deep red and has some sort of old looking runes imprinted on the cover, as well as a tiny screaming face on it in the middle, looking like it wants nothing but a mercy kill. Jaska even gets some chills down the spine as the face gets closer. He feels some unsettling connection between him and that face. Now we skip a bit, and a week goes by with Jaska reading the tome, Artitas and feeding him the blue soup, and whistling happy tunes while dragging dead animals and putting their heads on spears to make some hellish looking totem. The tome, Jaski reads, speaks of a god of fire that he should pray to in order to unlock his pyromantic potential. A quote reads, as we, forged in fire, live and grow, we must thank our Lord. She gave us the millions of shades of red we breathe, eat, and sleep on. The non believers have a cold heart, and with enough heat, they will see the truth as ashes, and the ash will be carried at and the ash will be carried as proof of our loyalty. To say they will see the light is not specific. They will see red, orange, and white as our symbol and the cause of blindness, the one that will let them see the beauty and grace of Lord Ugna. Yeah, and the next chapter, a soul. Jaska wakes up with a tome on his face. Hey, Artie, he shouts with a muffled voice. Good morning to all the birds and oh, what happened to you, my guy? Artisan picks up the book, noticing some new burn marks in the shape of Jaska's face. Hmm, I think you're ready. A wide grin takes over his face as he realizes the big day has come. You're ready, and I'm almost done with making the totems. Woohoo! Artitason hops around for as long as his wrinkly old body lets him, while Jaska gets confused and frustrated. Almost hasn't it been like 10 days already? You said it will only take a week. Artitason stops jumping around and speaks with short pauses, out of breath. Well, there was some complications, but if you're done already, we can skip the last steps. And I have something for you. He paces into his shack, as excited as a wizard can get. He shows him. He shows him something. Artitason drags into Jaska's view a lump of metal bars, nails, and other scrap that could be mistaken to have a human shape. Says, now I'm no blacksmith, but this I'm proud of, he says, slapping the top of the metallic mess. He says, what in the nine circles of hell is that? Well, let me explain this ritual for you. You see, I made this frame to hold your body in place because. And he gets interrupted by twigs being broken. Jessica is now so confused he just stays silent. It involves your bones. Are you ready to have them all taken out and sacrificed? Artisan spits out quickly with a panicked look on his face. What, my bones? Yes, your bones. Human bones are the most powerful material for wizardry. I figured that since yours are all broken, prefer to have flight over lying there in pain. Quickly now, agree to it, or the ritual won't work. While this goes on, more twigs can be heard being broken, but this time it's with confident marching of a group of guards. Put your hands up when I can see them, both of you, says a voice with immense authority. Jaska, say it. Artisan whispers, forcefully clutching the metallic frame like it was going to save him from a horrible fate. Jaska decides to. Uh, he makes his decision. Okay, Artie, I agree. And before Jaska could finish the word, a ring of flames appeared around him and temporarily blinds the guards. It lights up the massive totem that Arditason has built over the past few days. It started to look strangely alive, with all the animal heads dripping fresh blood. The totem's antlers started looking like branches, and branches like antlers, all moving in the energy of the ritual, almost dancing to the blinding light, like a song from the pits of a fireplace. They crackle like one too, breaking off and surrounding Jaska, taking him into the air that has become a pillar of white flame, spinning faster and faster. The animal heads laughing at the animal heads laughing, and some looking at him up and down, also spinning. They shriek a terrible sound. They eat of his flesh and blood. They save the bones for last. Oh, oh, what a feast, they say, as they bite and gnaw and tear his ligaments. He screams, but he has not the functions nor the gumption for the scream, nor the gall or the audacity for the hungry evil souls. Oh, oh, what a meal! They scream at him, the horrible mouths you can see through into decapitation. See the light and feast, demon, see our grace, see Ogna's face. They bleed for him. As these cursed animals eat him, he feels something phase through him and stick around his being, like the grass for the last 2 weeks. But now it was all around him. He felt more trapped than he ever was. And then the heat came. It was a sea of flames. It was all he could see and think about. And he was right in the middle of it, no way to escape. Caged and trapped as he was, he felt a new freedom that he had forgotten about. He could move. It felt like he was floating on perfectly buoyant water, and he didn't need his legs to stand straight. He didn't need his arms to interact with the world. His fire could do it all for him. Okay, that's done.
Ooh, I like that, man. I like. Oh man, there's so many things I like about it.
Yeah,
I like how his fire became the solution to his now disability.
yeah,
And oh, that's such a cool that's such a cool concept. That's like Professor X being in a wheelchair but having the most powerful mind ever. So he doesn't need his
yeah,
legs to interact with the world. He can just, you know what I mean? That is so powerful and so awesome. I love that.
yeah.
I love the kooky old wizard. We have a fan and sometimes guest Shannon in the comments. She commented and she also really liked she her name is G Coffee. Yeah. But yeah, she really loved
Nice, nice.
and
That's good.
she says her husband would really love it and she can't wait to read the whole thing. Um but yeah. I love the
Okay,
kooky old wizard and the way you I mean you could barely keep it together when you were laughing too. I mean get the way you
Yeah,
were acting him out and everything. It's this fucking
that's how I imagine him. That's how I imagine him.
and the blood
He's like jumping
sacrifices
up and down.
and the stones and the way you described the book. It was just really all descriptive, and I really liked it. It painted a very like visceral this is not Harry Potter magic. You know what I mean? This
Yeah,
isn't like
yeah.
happy
This is
happy
some.
Wonderland magic. This is some dark fucked up shit. Like
Yeah,
and I love when magic in has consequences
yeah,
or you have to kind of give something up to be able to I mean in a lot of things when a wizard casts a spell like their nose will bleed or something or
yeah, yeah, yeah,
or they'll have to and for him he's sacrificing he's basically a paraplegic now from the way you made it sound um
yeah, yeah. So
and he's and
tell
now he
I can tell a bit more about what's like going on here.
yeah yeah
So okay, okay. So he is basically sacrificing all of his bones, and I this one picture I painted is to simulate what it would feel like to have all your bones being magically taken out in a ritual.
oh
Wait.
yeah I like that yo
Yeah,
that's I mean that's fucked up but that's cool that's like a dude you're
this is
great
this is
you
basically
you
what
painted
he would
that
look like. Yeah,
that is
yeah,
dude that is fucking amazing.
yeah.
Oh
Thanks,
man, next
thanks.
time you're on, you're gonna have to take some clear pictures of your things. You'll take some pictures of
Okay,
your
okay.
things, and I'll put them up so everyone can see them like I did with my artwork. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
but
I
that
wanted
was
it to be
the
a surprise,
oh yeah,
because
dude. That oh man,
that's very yeah,
that's
yeah,
super awesome. It's funny I mentioned Harry Potter because in one of the Harry Potter books, he actually loses all the bones in his arm. Um, Shannon says you can vividly see
yeah.
this
I see.
with your words. Very
Uh-huh.
good, and the painting is fucking rad, rad. She uses
Thanks,
Hotmail
thanks.
and says rad. It's just her thing. We love you, Shannon. Um,
Okay.
yeah, no, that was a fantastic piece, and it reminds me of I think it's by Da Vinci, the Screaming Man. Is that what it's? I don't know. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's
No,
like a man who's
it's
like this.
not Da Vinci.
It's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah. I took inspiration from that. Yeah, yeah. I don't
No, maybe
remember
it's
who
not
it's
Da
by.
Vinci.
It's not Da Vinci.
I'm I
Uh,
don't maybe I don't know my artist very well to be completely honest with you.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, no, it reminded me of the Screaming Man. And also, funnily enough, it kind of reminded me of Voldemort a little bit. The way it kind of reminded me of
Yeah,
if
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Voldemort were getting tortured by one of his own spells, like how he would look. Fucking-
Yeah.
Don't clip me.
Okay,
Don't clip me,
and
people.
also, also, okay, the second painting. This is if you caught it while I was reading, um, Artetason, the wizard, he made a frame for Jaska, and it's like a very ugly frame. It's just barely enough to hold him in shape, so he doesn't fall apart.
Oh,
And
okay.
I read a line that the frame kind of he's floating in the fire, and the frame kind of sticks phases through him and sticks onto him. And this is
Okay.
like
That's interesting.
in the fire in the heat. This is not that clear. Oh, hold on, let me fix the lighting. I don't know.
Oh, that's super dope, dude. I love what you do with colors and how the background it's very it's she oh by the way, she said that the Screaming Man is Van Gogh. I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Probably knows better than I do. But yeah, it is very Van Gogh. He's your paintings like the way you shade things. And it reminds me of that style. One of my favorite pieces is Starry Night,
yeah,
it's just one of the things
yeah.
I love about it is just the way it's shaded and it's just kind of um I don't even know how to
Mhm.
describe it, but it has a very
It's wobbly. It's
particular
wobbly, and it's artsy,
yeah.
and it's called an impressionist style. And
Okay.
if you didn't know, it's a fun fact. Van Gogh actually painted that while in a psychiatric hospital. It was the sight from his window.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew. I actually watched. So they made this documentary on Van Gogh,
Mm,
but what they did was they it was an animated documentary, and it was you know, the way they used to do animation where they actually put the pieces of paper in the machine and it flips through images
mm,
at a fast rate. But these images were done by artists who recreating Van Gogh's pieces line by line, and it took them millions of probably a million hours, like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of hours, and hundreds of thousands of people to get this movie done. And there were artists like sitting in rooms for like almost days at a time recreating his exact art style so that they could use it in the I can't remember what it's called, but if you go look up a Van Gogh documentary, it'll
yeah,
probably
I'll
come
look
up
for it.
because
I
it's
will.
very it's amazing. Um so I know a little bit about him, and I know that he and this goes for most artists that I like. He was a little nuts. I think you have to be
Yeah,
a little nuts to be an artist, and that's just my opinion.
yeah.
It's like art kind of comes from insanity a little bit. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of insanity. It's
Oh yeah, of
constructive.
course,
It's
of course.
constructive insanity, is what it is. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah,
You
man.
gotta
Your
have
paintings
demons.
are
You gotta
amazing.
have demons in you.
Yeah,
You know?
definitely, definitely. And like we've been talking about all show, that's you definitely capture like especially in your paintings, like you just capture like this pure artistic essence. And that's the feeling I got from your paintings, much like I get that from Van Gogh. It's just this, like you said, it's artsy and it's in an impressionist style. It's but yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
feels it feels like there were no like boundaries or rules. You know what I mean? That kind of style that you do is it's just sort of free flowing, and you just let it flow out and create, you know, the and I love how you create these snapshots of like feelings of how it would
yeah,
feel to be like this, or what this particular like moment in the fire feels like and looks like. You know what I mean? Like you capture these
yeah, yeah,
snapshots
yeah. It's
in
so
time.
like it's so that you actually get to experience it. So you're not just like reading about it. You're not just like imagining those spinning heads with all them singing, all them the irrational, illogical stuff starts happening, and
Hey man,
it's so that
you could illustrate your whole book yourself,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that would be a masterpiece to read. I mean, that could be something, honestly, like a whole new genre of thing, because the picture books are, we think of picture books for kids, and you know
yeah,
there are mid-level books like Harry Potter that have some pictures in them but not a lot. But there's really no adult novels that have pictures in them, and I think that you could possibly tap into that, is having, you know, one of the, I'm sure somebody else has done it at some point, but
yeah,
really like that's something I'd like to see, is an adult novel with pictures in it, and especially if they're illustrated by the author himself. Like I'd love to see that. Well, like while I'm reading about him making his transformation and getting his powers, and you know what I mean, and just see that screaming face on the side, on the other
yeah,
side, like that
yeah,
would it would just be like a really great work of art. So yeah, definitely, even if it's not like every single page, definitely incorporate at least one or two of your paintings
yeah, yeah,
into your
yeah.
book.
It would be
'Cause,
like my dream. That would be my dream to do that. Yeah,
hell yeah. Well, I appreciate you sharing that with me, man. I'm gonna bring Ono up here. What
Yeah,
do you think,
so
man?
I am going to correct your painting. It is the
yeah,
schema is Ed von Munch, 1893, and from Norway.
All right, now we
yeah,
know.
You
We are
know,
not known for fact checking on this show,
yeah,
but
no. Well, when I love something, You remember when I did my piece? I literally used oh my gosh, Emily Dickin's poem, and I remade it. So I just love
Mhm.
like learning things from that century, 18th century to early 1900s. And your picture is actually Voldemort when he was broken of Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah.
on, hold on.
That is Voldemort, but it also reminds
Voldemort taking the gnarliest
um
shit ever.
yeah, yeah. But
Just blowing up the
um
bathroom stall
yeah,
at
no, but
Hogwarts.
Yeah.
one question about that picture. Um, oh my gosh, the name of the island is just gone blank. But you know, it have these rock figures, and it actually have a face, something like that.
Oh, which the what
Uh,
where is it about where?
I know it is in Europe, but I can't remember where in Europe. And
Europe's a big place, my friend.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't remember. It's oh my gosh, I think it's off Greece somewhere. There's this island, and there is big heads like that, stone head.
I'm gonna have to look that up. That sounds cool.
Yeah,
I saw you.
Is
I
that
saw you
maybe
messing with your
Easter Island?
background for like 10 minutes.
yes, that's it. Easter Island.
Oh, oh. Well, that's I think that's not in Europe, but
Is this,
yeah, yeah. But those are like those big square guys.
yes, yeah, that's what. When I saw the picture first, that was what came to mind.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Uh,
I super like those, man. Those are super dope, and like it. I mean, there's very clear, like I said, emotion in your paintings, and just a very
yeah,
clear sense of like letting it pour out and really feeling the emotion of the image and the scene you're trying to capture. I really
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
man. I really enjoyed that. Thank you.
I'm trying. What I'm trying to do here is like to make words intense. You know, like you're reading and you start sweating. You're like,
Mhm.
man, this is actually like, dude, wow. You know, that's what I'm trying to get out of a reader
Yeah, I
to
mean, yeah,
to feel
yeah.
like that.
I mean, I was definitely getting that with the description of like, the whole magic process with the, bones and the sacrificing and the blood and the being just it was all very visceral and just
Yeah,
insanity. Getting all the bones pulled out of your body. That's fucking what does that turn you in? That's just you're just gelatin at that point. And
yeah,
he's just
yeah,
got this like little fucking frame like keeping him.
yeah.
That is
You're
just
just like encased.
that's
you're,
such a fucking
you're
crazy.
like this, and you cannot move.
But because he can use his fire to just like fucking
Yeah,
levitate
you
around and
can
shit.
you can
That's
just fly. Yeah,
who needs to walk? You can just
Yes.
fly. Fuck
yeah,
walking. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, that just
Hell yeah.
reminded me of one of the episodes of Family Guy where Peter Griffin did lose all his bones.
Oh man. Well, yo, thank you for sharing that with us, man. That was awesome, and I can't wait to hear more of it. And read the whole thing when it comes out. And I can't wait to have you
yeah.
back on the show. You've been a great guest. Thank you very much,
Thank
and
you.
you're a fucking super trooper for being out here. What is it? 6 a.m. now.
Hey,
Fucking
and look at this. Look at this.
six. This man is out
6:23.
here. Oh man, I feel so bad, but thank you so
And
much.
it's worth it. And
Your
it's worth it.
commitment is so
Wait,
incredible.
I only hope you have time to go and sleep and you don't have to go to work.
No, no. Tomorrow is Sunday. It's fine. It's fine.
Hell yeah!
Okay.
All right.
I mean, today. Today it's Sunday.
Today,
no,
today it is
no, it's
Sunday.
Sunday.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much for doing that for us. I'm gonna close this out here with a piece. Um, I chose this piece called "Gray." Some of you may have heard it before. Some of you may have not. I don't know what kind of English that was, but let's continue. Um, It's called Gray, and I picked it because this is like our first international show, right? We got Trinidad, we got America, and we got Lithuania. It's like a trifecta of countries, and this piece is just kind of about coming together, no matter what separates us as human beings, and just coming together and being one, and realizing that it's not black or white. Everything's just a gray area, and we all fall into this gray area, and that is why this piece is called Gray. And it goes like this. This is a poem written between the darkest hours of the night and the brightest hours of the morning, written between slightly intoxicated and not nearly drunk enough, between roaring self-confidence and teetering insecurity. This is a poem written not in black nor in white, but in the gray ink that blots out the story of our existence. This is not a guns rights protest, nor is it an NRA convention. This is me bringing a knife to the gunfight. This is not about siding with the left or the right. This is about looking down the center of the field and trying to find an opening. This is not about whether you stand for what you believe in or whether you kneel for what you believe in. This is about finding common ground. I'm not talking about black power, and I'm certainly not talking about white supremacy. This poem is a newborn mixed race baby meeting either one of its parents for the first time because that baby just wants to be held and rocked. It doesn't care what fucking color the cradle is. This is not a woman's rights movement, and it's not a man's power struggle. This is that quiet moment of stillness and clarity right after the fight, when you both wish things hadn't gotten so heated and wonder why you wasted so much energy on it in the first place. And despite what it may seem, this is not a protest or a speech. This is not a public service announcement or a come to Jesus moment. This is not a rallying point for the masses. It's not a call to arms, and it's not my attempt to make you see the light. But what we do need to see is the other side of the fight. See, at the end of the day, we're all the same, no matter who we choose to ridicule or blame. At the end of the day, your problems are my problems, and his problems are her problems, and them's problems are they's problems. And I know somebody's probably going to have a problem with how I said those pronouns, and maybe that's part of the problem. But regardless, my point is that these are our problems because this is our home. This is our future. And no matter what borderlines, oceans, genders, races, or religions separate us, we can't afford to be divided anymore. It is tearing us apart. They say the best way to hide something is in plain sight, right? Maybe that's why we can't see all of this gray. Maybe it's because our world is so enveloped in it that we've become blind. It feels like we're all just drifting through some endless wasteland of thick fog, and we keep bumping into one another. Like we're all drifting through some wasteland of thick fog, and we keep bumping into one another like a badly rehearsed play because we can't figure out or see where or how our path intersects with anyone else's. Look, I know things are just so much more certain when you stay on the beaten path and keep your eyes looking down at your feet. I know it's just so much safer to ignore what you can't see. And I know it's so much easier to carry on pretending to see the world in black or white through the rose-colored glasses that society has forced you to wear. But I promise you, once you take them off, once you pick your head up and pay attention to the gray that's all around you, your world will explode into a rainbow of colors, and you'll finally be able to see all the paths that have been laid out in front of you this whole time, like the rainbow scribbled or the crayon scribbled maze on the back of a children's menu. What I'm trying to say is maybe we just need to grow up and see the bigger picture. Yes, you might have to use a little brain power. Yes, you might have to read between the lines occasionally. And yes, you might have to develop a little fucking empathy to see it, but I promise you, it's there. Even in the air you breathe as you hear these words. Because this is a poem written between having the room to breathe and gasping for air. Between being completely exhausted and more awake than I've ever been. This is a poem about right and wrong, about life and death, about you and me, about the choices we made and the choices we decided not to make, about what we know and what we haven't grasped quite yet. Because all we know is that we exist. Everything else is perception, isn't it? And that is Gray. What did y'all think?
Yeah, these are the problems that we have to see, we have to figure out. Yeah.
Well, I must say, Dylan, Did you realize your background is literally gray, where every one of us making the colors come out?
Hell yeah. I mean, and that's kind of partly what I tried to do with if you look in the background with the gray and the heart over here is it's just that black splash with that little hint of color. Like the Lost Boys is what gives it the color. And I like that you kind of noticed that that's a general theme for me in general, is just like my art and the artists that come on my show are what bring the color to my life.
Yeah.
And that's very integrated into the color scheme of this. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Can I only color black, please?
Is black even a color? Does black identify as a color?
Well,
We don't want to misidentify black.
No, as I
Black-
say, black is the absence of all colors, and white is the presence of all colors.
I think it's the opposite. I think white's the opposite.
Yeah, no,
It-
No. It depends. It depends.
yeah, because
It depends.
it's something with the science of the prison. When you do some, I'm not sure, and this is why they say the black is absence of color, but the white light breaks up all the colors.
Okay, I see. I kind of see what you mean. Jack would probably know better than us because he's artist over here. But
Yeah. There's
Yeah, man,
something to discuss about that. Yeah.
I am not. Well, I'm an artist. I make poetry and rap, and I write fantasy sometimes. But I'm not a visual artist. But I do like to play around with, and when I do, play around with my digital art, like this that I created, or this, it like I very much go into the artistic side of like different colors are going to bring out certain emotions. Like you notice there's a lot of blue in that, and it's supposed to reflect the feeling of feeling blue, like a literal feel, the feel. And it's also my favorite color too, so it like incorporates a little bit of me into it. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a visual artist by any means, but I appreciate it on a deep enough level where I can understand different hues and different patterns and line strokes and whatnot, invoking different kinds of feelings. And so yeah, I mean, I do try to incorporate a little bit of that in what I do with my releases for my cover art and this stuff and whatnot. But so I appreciate you noticing that. Thank you. But yeah, no, like, and I also appreciate you saying that, Jack. I appreciate you saying that these are all our problems, and it's nice to hear that from someone. I mean, first of all, you're a new guest on the show too, and you're in Lithuania, and you're in Trinidad, and that's kind of what the piece is about. Is just like we all recognize these problems and we all understand that these are problems, and then we have to come together to fix them, no matter our skin color or race or religion or what country we're in or whatever. We all understand it. And so I like that I'm able to bring light to that, and that you guys can understand
Yeah.
As they said, COVID proved only one thing. The world seems so big, but with technology and simple things, even like poetry, it shows how close we truly are to each other. Because I'll say, like Jack, he found something in my poetry that reached him. Dylan, you got
I mean,
something.
and you connect with Taylor Swift, a female, no, an American female a white American female that is as far from you as possible. She's a white American female. Uh, that is the complete opposite of you, and you connect with her on a deep level. You know what I mean? So yeah, you never.
Yeah, no. As I said, I don't know what it is about her, and the music just inspires me. Even when, because I didn't even listen to Taylor for a while, but to really see that, wow, how could you actually read my freaking mind and think not, and I don't even know
I'm
what to
telling you,
say.
you're synced up. You got your poetic periods locked with Taylor Swift. You guys are, yeah, you guys are buddies. Oh man, you know what would be great? You know what would be great? I need a YouTube video of a cover of a Taylor Swift by you. Your accent with a Taylor Swift song. That would be so.
Yeah, we need that.
Just fucking nail it on the head, bro. Just put out a fucking Taylor
Let me see. Because since I have my comma backdrop up, maybe I do. Comma is a fire in your house. Comma is what is? Comma is a fire in your house. Comma is a check that's about to bounce.
Oh man. Yo, I would pay money to hear you cover a Taylor Swift song, man. I would pay money for that. And you know what? I'd have it right here on this show. I would. Oh man, that'd be great. Yo, well, thank you guys for coming out tonight. It's been a great show. It's been a great night, and I really appreciate you all. I appreciate everybody in the comments. My friend Devin, I believe that's my friend Devin at least. He says you should sing "You Belong with Me." Maybe that's my friend's girlfriend. I'm not sure. He says you should sing "You Belong with Me." That would be fucking fantastic. Do a remix of "You Belong with Me" from Trinidad, like the Trinidadian fucking. Make a whole album. We could. This could be a whole project. I got so many ideas now. I got a Taylor Swift cover album. I'll do rap verses on it. I'll do Hey Emma. I'll do rap verses on it.
No, let's see. Right now, would you believe I am such a good bad teacher? My ringtone is literally bad blood. And now my class literally
students make fun of you. You hear that it goes off in the middle of class. It's like, do you just blame it on one of your students? Like, hey, whose phone's ringing? Who's got that?
Well, the thing is, I can't even do that because the students with special needs, so they don't even have phones.
Oh God, I didn't. Well, I mean, you know what? You fit right in with the fucking. I think that I think there's something a little special about a grown man from Trinidad having Taylor Swift being his favorite artist. I think don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. For 1 second, Taylor Swift is a fucking amazing artist, but it boggles my mind that like you have almost nothing in common with Taylor Swift, and yet you connect with her on such a deep level, and like that's just so cool, man. It's so cool. It's so cool.
Would you believe the original artist that I will still connect to the early music, but not anything after 808 and Heartbreak? Kanye West. I used to love the early Kanye West.
Early Kanye is good.
Yes.
Early Kanye is not bad. You know, late 2000s Kanye needs some work, but we won't talk about that.
As I say, up until 808 and Heartbreak, and anything after that, next.
Hey, listen, Stronger is my fucking workout song. Stronger, better, faster. Oh, that's my shit. All right, that's my shit.
Wait, so why don't you just use workout plan.
You know what? This summer we're coming out with the fucking Lostboys workout plan. All right, it's gonna be nothing but Taylor Swift and Kanye songs. And me doing push-ups, doing reps on the floor, getting my fucking sets in.
No, because as I said, look at the title of even the award-winning poem, "Clean," from 1989.
All right, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Oh well. Man, it's like I said, it's been so much fun. Thank you guys so much. Make sure y'all go. Oh fuck, sorry. Make sure y'all go follow everybody. At their YouTube channels. At their on Amazon where you can get his Mr. Ono's books. On their Instagrams, on their websites. And make sure you don't forget to follow us on every platform that you can get your podcast, as well as Facebook and Instagram is coming soon. I promise. Hopefully, don't quote me. Anyway, follow us everywhere and make sure you tune in next Saturday at 9 p.m. for our 420 special. We gonna smoke it out. So if you have a problem with that or you don't enjoy people who smoke in front of you, don't watch next week's show because it's going to be a whole lot of smoky nonsense. And it's going to be great. And my boy Cage C and me have a feature song. He has a feature on whatever. We both wrote a verse, and we're going to do a duet next week for this 420 themed show. So make sure y'all go check that out. And yeah, we're out of here, man. Peace out. Thank y'all for coming.
So what is it?
Yeah, man.
What's that?
I said, what are we going to be singing? Because I got high, because I got high, because I got high.
Because I got high. We're going to end the show like that.